Good evening, my beautiful people out here. You all probably know Mel Robbins. She is New York Times best-selling author and renowned podcaster. She once said, confidence is the willingness to try, even if you might be wrong, even if you mess up. Well, I'm Dr. Bhuvi, and you guys are here in my third session of what's called IELTS Masterclass. Guys, I would like to take a trip down memory lane and talk about the time when I first started hosting sessions. When I initially accepted to host sessions, I didn't exactly think of helping people in their fluency or communication. All I could think about was if I could just boost up one person's confidence or one beginner's morale, if I could have the ability to bring in a change in some people, at least, so it would not only brighten up someone's day, but also possibly alter the way they approach the language in itself. I didn't want people to just learn English. Instead, through the process of learning, I wanted to help those who were desperate to acquire the habit of gaining confidence. I staunchly believe that if you inspire confidence in a student or a participant, then it speaks volumes about the sort of teacher or a host that you are. It gives me no greater pleasure than to see my participants outshine me through their speech. I hold such people in extremely high regard. The rationale behind this is based on my own personal anecdote. Tonight, laying my cards on the table, I'd like to let you guys know that I have on several occasions been put to the test where I have been subjected to constant scrutiny during my presentations. Even when I started hosting here, I have been derided by people both during the sessions and in my DMs as well. What sustained through all that was the thought that at least there was one fervid participant of mine who eagerly look forward to listening to me. The reason I'm being very transparent here is that I want you guys to remember that along with credit comes criticism, along with passion comes pain, along with learning comes labor. It's with grit and grace that one attains glory. If people rhapsodize you, then there will be people who will also stigmatize you. If people admire you, then there will be people who will detest you. Before putting someone on a pedestal, I want you guys to understand the struggle stories of those people who have attained that zenith in life. There will always be contradictions to your perspectives, inhibitions to your ideas, retaliation to your reflections. Yet, if you get your head down, put your nose to the grindstone, and focus on what truly matters to you will be able to overcome hurdles and emerge stronger than ever in life. I firmly hold the view that journey to success begins with the burning desire to grow and to dream big. Come rain or shine, one needs to have a clear vision of one's goals and act towards it with purpose, passion, and utmost conviction. During this journey, you might encounter different kinds of people who can be an impediment to your goals. Some naysayers, detractors, even supercilious people who try to distract you from your lofty goals. My impression is that when you're laser focused, that's when you can achieve your objectives in life. I have seen for the longest time people being stuck in a rut here in the same level. For knowledge acquisition and retention, one must incorporate consistent practice. When you hear yourself in a recording making the same old mistakes, you're basically deadlocked. Let me give you a simple metaphor. You must have seen a hawk. Once a hawk spots its prey, it never hesitates. It dives and captures its prey with precision tactics. The same applies to learning. Set clear goals, try to break down complex topics into manageable chunks, and tackle them with determination and grit. Show your optimistic obstinacy in learning rather than having a pessimistic pusillanimity. I have seen people here lose focus to just gain popularity or to just make friends but end up losing direction in life. Instead, show your obstinacy in learning, guys. At the end of the day, it is you and only you that stand in your own way of growing. If your task feels insurmountable, show perseverance and persist in your efforts. As someone who has personally encountered my own fair share of struggles in my pursuit of knowledge, I have shared this with you in the hope that at least one of you will enrich your life for the better by following what I just said. Now, moving on, before I kickstart tonight's session, I just want to give you all a gentle reminder that since today is my third session of IELTS Masterclass, and we also previously navigated through basic level learning, and the second session was intermediate learning. So tonight's session is all about advanced topics or advanced learning, C1, C2 level speaking. Though C2 is near native level speaking, it's not all that about accent or sounding like a native. It's also about understanding the nuances in an elaborate conversation and also to be able to speak fluently. Let me just say a spell for unlocking the door to the multifarious complexities of advanced level English, you guys. Alhamora, we shall now enter into what I call the den of deep, engaging conversations. Beginners, beware, as tonight's session might be gibberish to you. There will be words, there will be contextual learning that you might even be lost in a sea of information. Yet, if you stick around, you will experience the delightful feeling in expanding your English knowledge. I request those of you who are beginners to listen tonight and to steer away from participation. If you are really curious or if you're really inquisitive, I can choose an easy topic for you. But before that, I would encourage my intermediate speakers to come forward and give me your names so that beginners can take cue from your speaking. All right. So if you are an intermediate to advanced level speaker, say for from B2 to C1, please join in and take part as I will be delving deep into complex topics for the night. I hope I was audible enough to each and every one of you. Um, just let me know. Let me just check the queue from the website. All right.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
I will
Kindly
take your name one by one.
Pavan Sharma, kindly note my name.
Pavan, please enter your name on the website. Pavan, join the queue. The queue is visible.
Okay, okay, okay.
And you are sixth because you asked me for 15 minutes. So there are people before you. And yes, there's Anam, Krishna, Riri, I think, Akshi, Ryuk, and then you, Pavan. If at all anyone else would like to give me your names, kindly take part in my session. Just a humble request, enter your name on the group website. The link has been provided just now. You can just navigate through the website and just enter your names, okay, for participation. And I'm sure, I promise, I'll ask you some intriguing question that will keep you hooked for the night. All right. So first is Anam. Let me just check if Anam is here. And -3, if you would like to take part as well, you can just enter your name on the website. I'd be delighted to listen to you speak as well. But yes, those of you who are listeners, feel free to listen as well, guys. It's totally okay for you guys to listen. All right. So let me just check if Anam is here because she's the first participant. Let me just invite her quickly.
Ma'am, I'm here.
Hi, Anam. How are you doing, dear?
I'm doing fine, ma'am. How are you?
I'm doing splendid. Thank you so much, Anand. So if you had been from the beginning of my session, you would have probably noted that today is all about complex topics. Though I'm saying it's complex, it's not going to be extremely intricate. It's topic that an intermediate can very well speak, and it's going to be similar to that of a cue card. You have to speak at length, and I will give you 1 minute time for preparation. Of course, any one of you who'd like to share their own personal perspectives, I will post the question in the group chat. I will tag that particular participant and I will enter the question in the group chat. Feel free to share your own perspectives in the group chat, guys. Okay. So, Anam, are you up for your question for the night?
Yes, ma'am, I'm up.
But before I give you the question, um, Pavan, please be on mute. I request you. So Anam, before I ask you the question, right? Uh, Before I ask you the question, Anam, I'm sorry I'm reiterating because I didn't know if I was Pavan there was an unmute. So yes, you have to stick to formal to semi-formal tone. Today is all about advanced speaking level topics. And since you have been one of those long-standing participants of my session, I want you to be a perfect example of how to deliver her speech in the most cogent way. Okay, Anam? So please stick to formal tone and I will give you 1 minute time for preparation. All right, Anna?
Yeah, got it, ma'am.
Yes. Here comes your question for the night, Anna. Anna, can you see the question? I just entered it in the group chat. I will
Yes,
pin it. Money and success don't change people, they merely amplify what is already there. Do you agree to the statement or do you have a contradictory opinion? This is your question for the night, Anand. I will give you 1 minute time for preparation, and your time for preparing starts now, Anand. Anand, your time's up. Please start.
all right. So the question is very great, and I'm not going to contradict this opinion which has been written. Money and success don't change people; they merely amplify what is already there. And I don't only hope but strongly believe that money and success can change people. And the thing is that when people get the money and the success at the same time, sometimes people become arrogant. Sometimes people change. People's attitude change towards the people. For example, I would like to explain the situation with the example. There are multiple people who are students right now. They are preparing so hard for their academics, and once they get success, once they get rich, when they reach to the peak of the success, they feel that okay, I am the boss. I can do everything, and I have achieved, and I have come so far. So I have the ability to achieve everything. But I must say that when you are getting success, you are also getting the critics from the people. So you have to understand that when you are getting success and money in your life, the responsibility will increase. There is always says that great powers comes with a great responsibility. And once you understood this, because why I'm saying this, most of the people they don't understand when once they get powerful with the money or the success, they feel that we can do everything, and they forget about their responsibility. They forget about the what is their inner values, and they don't follow their inner values. So I must say that when once you will get success, just keep that core values which you have initially when you were nothing. But now you are getting success, people are asking to you, people are giving attention to you. But this is not something, it is your end goal. So you have to you have to keep that same mindset where you have started. You have started your journey from the zero, and now you are on the stage of a life where everyone is appreciating you. But the thing is that you have to be very polite and honest with your, not only with yourself but with others as well. I have found many people, they are becoming a they just forget their core values, and they are not walking their talks. And that's very important in this digital era. Most of the people say many things, but they are not true to them their own words. So I must say that money and the success is the only two things in our life who can change the personality of a life, personality of a person. If you are not honest and inquisitive to yourself, and you are losing that spirit of learning, you will be nothing. Despite having money or despite achieving great success, once you will stop that, you will be nothing. People will forget you, and people will, you are setting a bad example in front of society, where most of the people were considering you as a role model. But what is the example you are setting in front of people? You are saying to the people that once you will get money and success, people will change. So set the good and positive example in front of society, where they not only feel that okay, he or she is my idol, but they will feel that I want to be like that. I want to set a unique and different examples in this society. I want to bring that change. So be like that. When money and success enter in our life, just don't open the door of arrogance. Don't open the door of a comparison, because comparison, with comparison you will end up losing everything. That's it.
Anand, thank you so much. That was such a compelling answer. And then by now, I think it is an established fact that you got the gift of gab. I think I've more than on one occasion, I've admired you for that. And um, if I have to recollect my memory of the time we've interacted, right? You have been not only my participant, but long back, you've been my opponent as well. And that is something in such questions, right? Whenever I ask you any sort of simple question, I know you can pull off an easy answer, Anam, but in questions like these, that I get to understand your ability to articulate, your presence of mind, and my goodness, you are extremely convincing to the point that you also convinced me with your answer. I really enjoyed your answer, Anam. And for this sort of question, right? For this, I would deem it as advanced level topic because for me, a lot of emotions come from everyday questions, and more more than half the people around here, I think they're not able to articulate when it comes to questions like these. Of course, you throw off a question like a technical aspect of a question, say for example artificial intelligence or cryptocurrency or sports for that matter, or any question based on climate change or criminal offense or whatever, right, regarding crime. People are able to give their standpoint, their viewpoint on such questions because there is something or the other that's going on in the news or in the media that they can probably talk about, right? But for question that allows the person to express explicitly their opinion, people tend to stagger, they tend to stammer a bit. For this question, you've answered beautifully, Anam. I have noted a couple of points which I think that there's scope for improvement. One, during your part of speech, right? You said peak of success. It's peak of success, okay? Pronunciation errors here and there, slight minor errors. That's all I've noticed. And also another thing is that try to rephrase, Anand. We don't want to regurgitate or we don't want to reiterate words. We want to rephrase words. So, in place of money and success, that's the main topic, right? Main elements of this question. So, when it comes to money and success, how can you better rephrase success? What else can you say in place of the word success? You can say victory or you can say triumph, right? And this one beautiful quote that has been taught to me when I was probably in my school days, and probably each and every one person knows because the very common proverbial phrase: "The harder the conflicts, the glorious the triumph." And I loved how you can use that in for this kind of speech. And you did use a pack. I think a punch of a quote, I would say, great with great power comes great responsibility. Of course, I do love Spider-Man. And I don't know, I first heard that a quote or that saying in Spider-Man movie. So that was great presence of mind. And you know by now how much I love people who use proverbial phrases, who use metaphors or idiomatic expressions. And that kind of lets a person know that this person is extremely eloquent. They are capable of articulating and they are probably well on their way from intermediate to advanced level. So with Anam, if you get rid of those minor trivial pronunciation errors, right? It happens to me as well. It happens to each and every one of us. We can all aspire to be that perfect C2 level, advanced speaking level, as long as we keep working hard and striving towards that. Let that be our goal. And I'm not only just you, but for me as well. So accent acquisition is something that I'm really trying these days. So I just want you to pick that one main key criteria where you think that you're lacking. From what I've observed is that words are good, just probably paraphrasing here and there. And for such a question, I don't think that anybody can speak with such efficacy, I would say. You were so efficacious in the way you articulated, and that is something that I really, really loved about your speaking. Apart from that, if I can just suggest your pronunciation here and there, uh, peck, peak. Instead of that, a peck, peak of success, right? You said peck. So that minor error. Instead of peak of success, you can say pinnacle of success, or as I just introduced, right? During the introductory part of my session, I said zenith. You can probably use that word as well. That is a C1 level vocabulary. Probably if you incorporate C1 level vocabulary, right, we will through active listening, we'll probably gain those words and incorporate that into a regular contextual speaking per se. Okay, Anam. So apart from that, I really, really enjoyed your speaking. I'll just check if Anam is here. I think I've lost her or something. But yes, so yes, another thing. Okay, this is something I have noticed. It is in me as well, and something we have to navigate together, I think. And if at all we want to advance our speaking level to the to the if we have to progress to the next level, right? So I think somewhere I think my habit rubbed off on you as well. So I keep saying this phrase, the thing is, the thing is. I don't think it is uh, grammatically correct to use that phrase, but I have seen a lot of speakers whose podcast I listen and they just randomly say that phrase, and somewhere listening to them on a regular basis kind of I think I've got that habit of using that phrase as well. Instead of that, I think a better way in a formal setup of addressing, if at all you want to put forth your perspective, right? You can say the way I see it instead of the thing is. The thing is, when we are saying like that, instead of that, you can say the way I see it, the fact of the matter is, the crux of the matter is, or the you can use these phrases, okay? So, or you can say, as far as I'm concerned, okay, that is something that I should probably do. I will try my best to be aware of that in today's session and try to incorporate that instead of saying the thing is, the thing is. It sounds kind of monotonous to even me when I hear it. So yes, and instead of that, the thing is you can try to incorporate the phrases, alternative phrases that I just said. Okay. Apart from that, I really enjoyed your perspective, and thank you so much for participating, my dear.
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am. I'm glad to have this wonderful feedback and I'll definitely work on it. Thank you.
You're welcome, Anil. So I'll just check the next person on the list. Okay. I will check the group messages after some time, okay? Once I'm done with the session and I'm really free to read. But yes, please do share your perspectives in the group chat. The question is not just posed to Anam. For Anam, she can talk and vocalize her thoughts. To the rest of the people, I think you can just probably answer in the group chat. I see Nikhil Vya's answer. I will surely read each and every one of your answers, I promise. Yes. And I'll just give a heart. And because it takes really great effort to actively listen and enter your perspectives as well. So perspectives are welcome, guys. So let me just go to the website and check the next name. Krishna, is Krishna here?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here. Beautiful evening, ma'am.
Oh, that is such a beautiful wish. Thank you so much. You know, I love this word beautiful. I don't know. Ever since I've started reading, right, which is basically from the kindergarten days, this one word, because what happens when you read fairy tales and stories like this, which are quite enchanting, I believe. There's always this one word that comes constantly. You keep reading that constantly. That is beautiful. And sometimes someone says something beautiful to me. I'm overjoyed. So thank you so much, Krishna. I wish you've had a beautiful day as well. So tell me about your day, Krishna. How did it go?
My day was good, ma'am. Means right now I'm really excited to participate in your session. But after listening, Anam, ma'am, I'm just thinking. Basically, I'm not an advanced speaker. I'm a beginner. So, ma'am, please ask me the simple question. And my day was good, ma'am.
Okay, dear. Okay. You know what? This session is not just for advanced level speakers. It is just that I've catered my series in such a way that I wanted it to progress from one session to the other, right? So, what I've basically been thinking when I said that I'm going to organize a series of IELTS masterclass, right? So, first one will be back to the basics kind of session where we will just talk about basic stuff which each and everyone are comfortable answering. So that was my first session. If you'd probably heard it, those people who heard my first session probably know that those were very simple questions. And in the second session, I practically asked all IELTS cue cards. So nothing out of the ordinary where intermediates find it comfortable answering. So in this in this session, I wanted it to be an intriguing session where I will be asking out of the box questions. But these are very easy questions, actually, when you think about it. Sometime or the other in your life, you might have reflected upon these questions at some point or the other. You might have introspected as well. But the thing is how to articulate when the question's been thrown to you at the nick of the moment, right? So that's all that matters. And within 1 minute, how can you organize and structure your speech is how it sets you apart from an intermediate to an advanced speaker. So for you, Mahesh, can you please mute yourself? Session is going on. Thank you so much. So yes, Krishna, for you, I will be asking you a question because you asked me an easy question. I will ask you from Makar PDF, okay? Because all those questions are relatively easy in comparison to the questions that I've selected, handpicked for tonight for my people. So 1 second, Krishna.
Ma'am, please.
So Krishna, did you handle any session tonight? Let me just select a question. Till then you can answer me.
Sorry, ma'am. Can you please?
Did you host any session tonight?
No, no, not tonight. No, no. Actually, today I had to attend my college classes, so I didn't host any session today.
Okay, dear. 1 second, just give me a second because I just have to look into this IELTS PDF to select a good question for you, something that you'll enjoy answering. And for Krishna, and if at all any one of you is an IELTS aspirant, I will be asking you a question solely related to IELTS, okay? Okay, this is a very simple question. I think I'll just ask you this one, and I will enter this, post this question on the group chat, Krishna. 1 second. And okay, yours is Krishna Radha Swami. Is that your name, Krishna?
Yes.
Okay, 1 second. Okay, this will be your question, Krishna. I hope it is easy for you to answer. 1 second. And if at all anyone would like to answer for this question, you are free to answer as well, guys, in the group chat, of course. Let me just pin this as well. It's not just the question that makes you in big. Sorry, 1 second. I'm just now. Selecting how to pin. I don't know. Yeah, I just entered the question. It's not just the question that makes a speaker beginner or intermediate or an advanced speaker. It's in the way you articulate. Even for simple questions, an advanced level speaker will be able to speak with the perfect rhythm, intonation, and flow. Okay, so it all lies in that. With Krishna, so here comes your question, Krishna. Describe something that surprised you and made you happy. I repeat, describe something that surprised you and made you happy. You should say what it was, who did this, how you found out about it, and what you did, and explain why it surprised you and made you happy. Did you get my question, Krishna? Was I audible enough?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I will give you 1 minute time for preparation. Remember, Krishna, this question is all about eliciting emotions. Okay, try to come up with good words. Okay, so your time for preparation starts now, Krishna. And if at all any one of you would like to enter their thoughts, you're free to do so, guys. Even if it is a simple question, sometimes the answers can be enticing, right? I find it quite fascinating when people have, each one has different perspective, right? So feel free to enter your thoughts in the group chat as well. And I do see Ekta Bhatt's answer. Thank you so much, Ekta, for replying. And people are actively listening. So thank you so much for that. And just for people who take that effort to answer to my questions, right? I will surely give a heart to these people. They are extremely kind and courteous enough to reply to my prompt. So thank you so much for that. Krishna, are you ready with your answer, dear? Krishna, am I audible to the rest of you people?
May I start, ma'am?
Yes, please, Krishna, please do.
Okay, I'm trying. Okay, so very good evening, everyone. This is Krishna. So I have to describe the event when I got surprised. So recently, I have participated in my college in dance competition. So before participation, I was really nervous. I was feeling butterfly in my stomach that how can I do this? Because in my schooling, I never ever participated in any kind of competition. I was in my schooling, I was full of introverted kind of person, but this time in college, I got such amazing friends there, and they all are really amazing. Most of them, they are introverted, means extroverted type of person, and because of them, I can find myself that yes, now I can socialize with people, I can communicate with them. So they all were participating in it. So they said to me, "Why don't you participate with us?" So I said to them that no, I never ever dance in front of the people. Although I know that how to dance and all, means in front of my family member I can do that, but in front of audience or in front of strangers I can't do that. So they motivated me a lot, and finally I decided that okay, I will participate. So recently, means 2 months ago, we had a competition in college. So I didn't expect that we means our team will win this competition. So I participated there, and when I got the result that our team won this competition and the theme which we have in dance competition, it was really amazing. Even my principal, they were also praising us, our team. So that was the surprising moment for me. It made me so happy. I was feeling cheerful, and my friends, they all were really happy. So I would say, means uh, that moment was really amazing for me, and I can't forget that moment. So yeah, that event made me surprised at that time. Yes, ma'am, I'm done.
Thank you so much, Krishna. Thanks a lot. Thank you for attempting my question in the first place, and thank you for willingly participating in my session. I truly, truly appreciate it in my people. So, Krishna, for this question, it is now safe for me to say that you are able to attempt these questions, right? So, next time we'd have to probably challenge you for other sorts of questions. So, Krishna, can I ask you something? Are you participating in some sort of debates or whatever competitions or something, any events that are occurring here on EL apart from hosting sessions? Are you participating, Krishna?
Actually, ma'am, to be very honest, I want to participate in most of the session. But ma'am, whenever someone asks to me any question or any kind of topic, that time I find myself blank. Means after some time I can recall the answer that I could speak this, I could speak that. But at that moment, I am blank. I can't speak. That's the reason I avoid attending IELTS session and another session. But yeah, most of the time I just encourage myself that no, you just have to participate. So whenever I get time, I do attend picture description session or extempore session, because in extempore session, host will give us any topic and we have to speak on spot. So miss, sometimes I challenge myself that no, just participate in extempore session. And if I talk about debate and another competition, so I can't do that, because in debate, especially in this group, there are so many people. They all are really amazing speakers. So I think I'm nothing in front of them, and I can't deal with the situation to speak on the spot with them. That's why I'm not participating in debate. But in extempore session, I try to challenge myself. And in your session too, means today I thought no, I have to participate in Bhuvi's mom session. You're really amazing host, and the way you encourage us, really it motivates us a lot.
That's really considerate and sweet of you to say so, Krishna. Thank you so much. But Krishna, do you know something, Krishna? I know that you probably know that. I know that each and every one of us probably know this. But for anything, right? If at all you want to progress in life, right? There's this, I know that there's constantly one feels that apprehensive um, feeling that comes across when we are put on the spot. I know it is not a good place to be. Um, Believe you me, whenever I used to take part, right, previously, debate and everything, long, long back, I just took part in two debates, to be honest. And yes, as a participant, I would say initially when I joined, right? So, what happens, of course, there's a lot of mayhem, there's a lot of chaos, confusion, and everything. And on top of that, there's a lot of stress factor involved. But once you ace it, right? Once you start talking and once you kind of feel that confidence, it is an altogether different energy booster, I promise you. And for a person who is in a beginner to intermediate category, right, Krishna, they have to start at some point, right? They have to put themselves to the test in order to be able to grow. That's how we grow. The more opportunities you get in life, the more far you will go in life. That is what I believe, Krishna. And for you to safely or comfortably be seated in a place, right? This is, I'm saying in a figure of speech way, okay? Means you don't want to put yourself to the test. You just want to be in a place where you can just listen. I don't think it is a perfect place for one to grow or elevate in life. This I'm saying because I have your best interest at heart. What you're saying from the initial interactions that I've had with you, Krishna, do you know there's a thing called, I shouldn't say thing called because I'm trying to avoid to the best of my capability to not use that phrase actually. Um, the fact of the matter is there's a phrase called or there's a term called the imposter syndrome. Have you heard of the imposter syndrome, Krishna?
Ma'am, I never.
Well, imposter syndrome is that. that person is really good at what they are doing. Okay, if they put their heart and soul into whatever they are doing, they can go to places, they can go far off. Okay, but they downplay themselves. They say, "No, I'm not good," even though they are good, they are diligent. And from the way we last interacted, right? I know the struggle you've been. I know what it took you to learn a new language, to adapt a new language and to learn it. And I kept telling to Pavan here, if you recall, right? I kept telling that Krishna, look at Krishna. I know I'm not someone to compare or contrast between people, but if someone is an ardent participant, someone have it in themselves and someone is striving to be a better version of themselves, I keep telling them if I see goodness, if I see goodness in someone, I just keep insisting that others take you because it is infectious at the end of the day, right? So I kept telling to Pavan here that please listen, just listen to Krishna, what she said. She is her own inspiration. And I don't forget my words, be it a wrong statement that I used and or be it the right statement that I used, right? So I always remember that. So Krishna, with you, you seem to have that slight imposter syndrome. It is not a bad thing. It is a thing that kind of it kind of lowers one's confidence is what I'm trying to say. When you have that syndrome, right? Even if someone is telling you you are good enough, you are doing a great job at it. And this was a question that you beautifully articulated. Krishna, let me give it to you for that. The thing is, there is scope for improvement, of course, but you have to agree, you have to understand, and you have to register in your own mind that you're good enough. You are good enough to speak in front of a larger group of audience. You are great in the way that you are articulating. You can do wonders if you put your heart and soul in it. That's what I'd like you to believe. And someone, when next time they compliment you, Krishna, or next time when you are trying to attempt a question, or when someone is trying to ask you a question, right? Do not say to that person, I'm just a beginner. Do not say, of course, we want the other person to know, okay, I'm in this level of English, so please kindly be courteous enough to ask me so and so questions. Of course, the hosts here are extremely accommodating. They will cater to each and every one of your needs. Um, Having said that, Krishna, in life, if we want to learn, we have to experiment. By experimentation, we grow. Okay, that is something, a constant recipe for success. A recipe for disaster will be, I can't do it, don't give it to me. That is not the kind of notion to go, or that is not the kind of thought process we should have when we approach a language. Okay, so for you, you're going to do wonders, I promise you. You will learn a lot, but keep interacting. The more interacting you do, the more actively you will learn. Otherwise, it'll just stick with passive learning. And with passive learning, what happens? People tend to forget. Say, for example, here is an audience of 29 people, right? 29 people are present here. I don't know how much of these people are listening to whatever I'm saying. You know, there are different forms of listening as well. There's four types of listening, to be precise. So there are in these different listening forms, right? Um, there's apart from active listening and passive listening, there are other forms of listening as well. Say, for example, there is appreciative listening, where the listener only is present to listen to your voice. If the host has a really mellifluous voice, or if a host has a really deep and impactful voice, probably they will stick around for a while until they doze off, right? Until they hit their bedtime, and they will just enjoy listening to each and every single one of our voices, and probably they will just doze off. They won't practically listen to to any content that we say. Okay, that is called appreciative listening. They will be positive. They will be appreciative. Okay, Krishna has an impactful voice. Or say, for example, Anand has a really mellifluous voice. I can listen to what she's saying. Okay, that is the kind of listening they will do. Surface level listening. Another type of listening is really, really active listening, where they'll be fully focused. They will be listening example, for example, whatever word Krishna said. Say, for example, even if the question is asked to you, and even before I even give the feedback to you, right, Krishna? Some people who are actively listening, probably they will know the drill and they will think, why hasn't Krishna paraphrased that word surprised? She could have very well said astonished. She could have very well said out of the blue. She could have used an idiomatic expression right there. Why didn't she use? So they will question your own perspective. That is called extreme active listening. Okay, so there are different forms of listening, and I want you to understand different types of listening so that when you listen, right, you won't be passive. When someone is really passive and they are learning, they will be stagnant. I assure it. And that is one thing. If you actively listen, you will look into that words in Google, or even sometimes, you know what, on various occasions, I have been wrong in the words I chose. Wrong in the sense the word might have been accurate, but the context might have been wrong. And I have been um, corrected by a few people during my sessions. Okay. So at that time, I used to say, thank you so much for making me understand that this is the right context, and I stand corrected. So you should actually be thankful and grateful if someone kind of lets you know that this is a mistake being made. So don't use it. Okay. So that will only come when you participate. When you participate, other than extempore or other than any sort of sessions, right? Debate is a fun way to take part. Okay. Because in debate, you will have judge who will scrutinize your speaking, and it will be a really good booster for one's confidence as well. So I want you to elevate from basic level to intermediate level, okay? That we can do if you put yourself to the test, always, not just in learning, in life as well. And I know that you have navigated a lot of hurdles in life. You know it better than me. In life, we have to put ourselves to the test to be able to elevate to the next level. That goes the same for learning as well. So always remember this, Krishna. And next session will probably be my Q&A session. I really hope you take part in that as well. Thank you so much for attempting to my question. I think that you spoke in a well-structured way, simple and easy for beginners to comprehend, Krishna. You know what? Someone or the other will surely take value from the way you speak. So thank you so much for attending my session. Thanks a lot, Krishna.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am, for guiding me in such amazing manner. And now I will try my best to participate in different sessions. I know means in this group there are so many sessions where we can participate. So I will try my best to participate in. And actually, ma'am, I have one more doubt. Means I'm in this group more than 7 or 8 months, and I can see the improvement that earlier I was nothing. Even I couldn't frame a single sentence in English, but now I can do it because of this group only. And means my question is that here I can speak little bit with people, but in my college when I see means student, they are really amazing in English and the way they are speaking. So I thought let's do conversation with them. I start doing it, but means after speaking little bit with them, I just switch my language from English to Hindi. I don't know why. Means they are really amazing in English. So means I just want to do conversation with them as well. Means here in online platform, at any cost I can do, but in offline setting, I don't know what happened to me. I'm unable to speak with them. So if you have any suggestion for this problem too, so you can give me. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say.
I'm able to partially understand. So you're talking about your college friends who are basically really good or proficient in English, but when it comes to you or when it comes to interacting with you, they are speaking in Hindi. Is it right? Or you are
Yes,
speaking
ma'am.
with them in Hindi? Okay. Okay, probably they think that they don't want you to be like a fish out of water. Probably they are considerate enough, I think, because you might have at some point or the other, have you told to them that I'm a beginner in English, or I really need to improve my English? Did you at some point talk to them regarding this sort of thing about English that you need to improve
No,
on?
no, ma'am. Actually, they speak in English, but I start speaking in Hindi. After that, they start speaking in Hindi. It is not their fault. I think it's my fault to do that. Although I want to speak in English, but I don't know, miss. Somehow I'm lacking in confidence. Maybe, miss. I'm just talking about my senior or with my teachers too. Means they are also speak. Means they also speak in English, especially English teachers. I want to do conversation with him in English only, but I couldn't do.
Can I ask you? I think this might be a bit personal, but there are people. Okay, can someone? Okay, I don't know what happened there. I really don't know, but there's been a lot of mayhem there. So let's not even talk about that. So Krishna, can you please tell me that are there any other, say for example, all your classmates, right? Are they from Hindi background? All North Indians? Just to analyze your situation, okay? Is there anyone apart from different background, ethnicity, or different states with whom you can probably interact in English and probably they don't know Hindi? Do you have anyone like that around you in your class, Krishna? Say, for example, um, some South Indian or
Actually,
someone who's
girls here.
Bengali, or I don't know. Bengali is also no. I don't want to get into it.
Yes,
There's
ma'am, there are
people,
two
it's
girls. They are
subjective.
from.
Mm-hmm. Hello. Go on, Krishna. I can hear you.
Actually, ma'am, there are few girls. They are from Assam. They don't know Hindi. They speak in English only. So I want to do interaction with them.
Yes, please do. Please do. But then there's a constraint though with each region, right? With each region comes different accents, typical accents, and they have each one have a thick accent. And of course, being an Indian, there's a con as well because we each one are from different regions, right? So each one of us have our own native accent or that thick accent that we do have. Say, Krishna, okay, let me just not dilly-dally and just come straight to the point, okay, Krishna? It since you said it is your fault and you are initiating the conversation by talking in your own regional language, right? Make that conscious effort, Krishna, in talking in English, okay, in communicating in English. Say, for example, that only comes when you interact with people in English on a daily basis, not just during the sessions here. Apart from this, even at your home, right? When you go back to your home, I'm sorry, we are at home, right? So when you interact with people, not just your mom and dad, but any other sibling, if you have, probably they can help you better. They can understand you better, right? So if at all none of your family members are speaking with you or conversing with you in English, right? The best thing possible that you can probably do is that interact with people here because with college in college you don't get to interact with people in English. Just tell them if at all next time, you know what, back in my convent days, okay, uh, my mother tongue was different. The place I resided was different. And our convent, we should only speak in English. If someone doesn't speak in English from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., there was this black mark chart. Okay, so our name will be on that black mark chart. I distinctly remember this. And then, if at all we utter one word in our regional language, right? Our name will be entered in black mark chart by, of course, the class rep. So everyone will dread that, okay, because it is not a good place where you want your name to be, right? So um, ha- n- just think, just do some activity or do something in you, okay? Something that you or your friends, just a fun activity between you and your friends, right? Probably just tell to them, okay, you know what, challenge me, let's do a challenge. And for 1 month, for 30 days from morning till evening during my college hours, during our college hours, just if I speak in Hindi, just you guys win the challenge, okay? Or something, you say that you will give them a treat or something. You don't want to lose out on your money, right? We all want to be frugal, right? But yes, you do say that and make a conscious effort, because if we lose something or if our name is getting spoiled or something, then we'll be more conscious in the way we approach a language, right? So back in my days, convent days, my school days, right? Good old days, by the way. So during that time, we used to have that sort of thing, that activity. And slowly, what happened, slowly and steadily, none of us interacted in our regional language. We kept only conversing in English. And then towards the end, I think by the time we were in our high school and everything, right, we were so adapted it that if someone speaks in regional language, we found it odd. I know it sounds really, I don't know, it's not discriminatory by any chance, but that's how our convent operated in some form or the others, that nobody speaks in regional language, right? So once you leave your school premise, right, and you enter into college, you're the extremely confident self. Of course, being introvert has nothing to do with how you project yourself in front of a larger group of audience. Introversion is totally different. I have said in other circumstances, it is your personality type. One can't do anything about being an introvert. You have to proudly embrace it, right? At the end of the day. So you don't have to feel conscious or you don't have to downplay yourself just because you're an introvert. Some of the great prolific personalities or the most renowned personalities around the globe are introverts, Krishna. You have to be proud of the fact about your own personality, right? It is about the way you interact. Now, we are talking on a public setup, we are talking on a professional platform where you need to project yourself with confidence, and with confidence, and confidence only comes with consistent practice. I know I'm talking too much, but I know that I'm rambling on, but for Krishna, she needs to understand. You need to understand that you have to set your own goals for the day and for the month. This month, I'm just going to talk in English. When you talk in English, you will be surprised, Krishna, through the course of the day, how many emotions you can master, how many vocabularies you can how many words you can master probably, right? So if at all a teacher is teaching in a, don't want to sound like this, but teaching in a way that is quite dull, if she is teaching in a way that is quite lackluster, or the way her delivery of teaching is not that tantalizing to you, right? So probably you will learn more words. You will say to your friend that after the intermission, right? You will probably tell to your friend that you will ask her, so, oh my goodness, that was really extremely exhausting for me, because it was boredom to the point of exhaustion. See, there's a phrase right there for you. So you can come across a lot of contextual words when you interact in English. So that will be my tip for you, Krishna. So thank you so much. I think I have exceeded my time for a single participant, but thank you so much, because I think that you're a genuinely ardent learner. So I'm giving it to you. So thank you so much, Krishna. I hope I answered your question.
Sure, ma'am. I'll surely work on it. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your advice and your valuable time too. Thanks, ma'am.
You're welcome, Krishna. So I'm done with Krishna, you guys. One second, and I'll read each and every one of your group chats. I mean, sorry, whichever's tagged, whoever's tagged me, sorry. So yes, Riri, one second. Um, Thank you, Riri. I will read your answer. I think Riri is the third participant, if I'm not wrong. Don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right. Riri, are you there?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Hi, Riri. Can you first of all please enlighten me how to pronounce your name in the right way?
Yes, ma'am, it's Riri.
And what is the meaning of this name, Riri?
Ma'am, it's a random name, just a random name.
Okay. So Riri, is this the first time we are interacting?
Yes, ma'am, I'm interacting with you first time.
Lovely, Riri. So tell me, Riri, are you a beginner level person when it comes to speaking English, or are you confident enough to answer different prompts in English?
Ma'am, according to me, I'm a beginner level.
In that case, would you like an easy question to attempt? You can talk at length.
No, ma'am, you can ask me then the questions. I will try.
Okay. You know what? I'm just going to ask you because this is the first time we're interacting, and I don't want you to um, get
No, ma'am,
kind
ma'am,
of
you can
into.
ask me.
I can.
Yes, ma'am, because I'm here to learn. If I will give the easy answer questions, so I think that that will be not enough for me to learn.
Oh, that is really sweet. I just love your confidence. Let me first of all address that. One second, really. I'll just select a question for you, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Because this is the first time we are interacting, I just want to see how you're answering for my prompt. Though it might sound really simple, let's see how you're answering, okay, at length. It's a very simple question, really, but in the way you answer, it kind of depends upon, entirely depends upon the way you answer, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Alien, is that your username, Riri?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my goodness. Did you watch any movie recently? I'll talk about that, okay? Did you watch any movie recently, Riri?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, nowadays I'm improving my English speaking for the purpose of moot court and debate skills. I want to do the offline debates for the high level, like for college, inter-college debate competitions. I often get lost. Even I have done the debate like 6 to 7 times, and I have never won.
Okay. Okay,
Yes.
Riri, Riri, I have shared the question with you. Kindly check. Your question for the night, Riri, would be describe a person you only met once recently and want to know more about. I repeat, describe a person you only met once recently and want to know more about. You should say who is he or she, when you met him or her, why do you want to know more about him or her? And explain how you feel about him or her. Did you get my question, Riri?
Yes, ma'am. I got your
W- Your
question.
name itself is like a tongue twister, Riri. There's a famous tongue twister in R, but first of all, you prepare this. I will give you that tongue twister. It's just a one-liner tongue twister, but it is really something that twists your tongue. Okay, Riri, just I'll give you 1 minute time for preparation. Please go ahead and prepare.
Okay, ma'am. Should I start, ma'am?
Please go ahead, Riri.
The person whom I met first time um, is my classmate, and he's very mysterious. Actually, he was senior in my previous college. But yeah, I never met him in my previous college. I just met here in my new college. Now I'm in second year, but yeah, he's my classmate, but he's in other section. Even when I got to a new college, so there was combined class, and even he was the only person whom I knew at that time as a new student, and all the students were strangers for me. So I just noticed him every time, and I just want to do the friendship with him. But yeah, when I tried 3 to 4 times, I got failed, and just I want to know more about him. I don't know why, but I want to know more about him, his interest, his way of like his interest, and all about him. I just want to know. But yeah, unfortunately, um My luck is very bad. And this was my answer.
Riri, okay. I just okay, thank you so much, Riri. First of all, thank you so much. Riri, you know why I usually give 1 minute time for preparation for the people that who participate, right? And I do give a disclaimer to them that today will be cue card round, and you can take 1 minute time for preparation. You know why, Riri?
Yes, ma'am.
Why?
Because we can we can get to know that how to speak and what to speak.
Exactly. That 1 minute is allotted to you so that you can structure your thoughts precisely. You can organize your answer in a refined way. And you didn't take 1 minute. You just precisely took, I think, not even 20 seconds, and you went right away. And that kind of impacted your speaking, and not in a positive way. I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to tell it to you blatantly, Riri. Your answer was very simple. You could have extended your answer because you didn't speak for even 1 minute. So I just, next time, if you participate, right, Ravi, in any session, right,
Okay,
just
ma'am.
listen to what the host is saying. If at all it is a discussion round question, you don't have to take even a minute. If the host is saying answer right away, you can just share your thoughts like 4 to 5 lines, just like how you did now, right? But
Yes, ma'am.
in case if the host is letting you know that you've been allotted a minute for preparation, use that minute for preparation. For this question, what was this question about, really? 1 second. Describe a person you only met once recently and want to know more about. The bullet points are who is he or she, and you told who is that person. Okay. When you met, you answered. But there is a form of speaking in which that sets one apart from a basic speaker to an eloquent speaker, Riri. You can use your answer in a way to your own advantage by incorporating a lot of expressions in your speaking. For example, I just noted a few lines. You wanted to do friendship with that guy, right? So
Yes, ma'am.
instead of that, you can say there was something extremely charismatic about him that made me want to befriend him. Okay, so you can use, see, therein I use two words, charismatic, something which you don't exactly know how to, what aura, that person has, or something that is so mysterious or enigmatic about that person, right? You kind of say charismatic, something that kind of attracts you to be with that person, not just in terms of being a partner or a love interest or a crush, even for a basic friend, right? Even do you agree that even in friendships, right? If at all we have mutual interest, I know there are stark opposites, there are polar opposites, friends who are extremely polar opposites. And I do have my best friend. She is an extrovert and a social butterfly, and I'm completely the polar opposite of her. But yes, we did meet and interact. It has been ages now. It's been so many years for me to get to the point where I can safely call her my best buddy in the whole wide world. But if you're meeting someone for the very first time, you don't know how their personalities are, right? If you're meeting this one person, when you're talking about that one person whom you want to befriend or whom you want to make friends with, right? So you want to use some good adjectives so that we will get gravitated to your speaking. Okay, Riri? And use adjectives. And also, you said, I want to know more about him. I want to know his interest. These are very simple, basic sentences. Okay. You can say, when I first set eyes on him, I thought that he was quite distinctive compared to my other classmates or compared to my other college mates or something like that. And I was really curious. Curious is a word that you can use, very simple word. If at all someone is a B2, I would probably suggest B1, B2, probably suggest inquisitive. Okay. But for you, you're using very simple words such as bad, such as very simple words you're using. For that, you can say curious. Okay. And another word that you can possibly use, okay? And yeah, basically, you have to use a lot of words, is what I'm trying to say. Transitional words you did use, unfortunately, that is a good word to use. But to describe a person's feeling, right? You want to learn more about that, okay? Because what happens when you know how to emote your feelings through words, I think that you will be able to be a persuasive speaker, Riri. So that is something that I'll strongly give it to you. Okay, tip of the day, Riri, is that for simple prompt, I love your enthusiasm. By the way, it is quite contagious because when I just asked you, right, when I said, Riri, are you there? And you just said, ma'am, give it to me. Give me a question that whatever a question that you like, you can give it to me. And that I just love that spirit in a participant. I appreciate and applaud that about you. Having said that, we need to work a lot in your speaking. Okay, try to learn words that emotes feelings. So that you will be able to tomorrow you meet a friend. How will you describe this friend of yours? If I ask you, really, so talk to me about your best friend, who's a newfound best friend, right? So you will be able to, he or she is so and so. You can say if he or she is intelligent, or you can describe their words for intelligent, if he or she is friendly. There are words for that as well. I'm not going to bombard you with too many words here. So because then it will all sound gibberish to you. So I don't want to do that really. But learn words where you can describe a person, where you can describe your own feeling, where you can describe an action of a person. Okay, these are all basic words to learn when you want to elevate to the next level. So thank you so much, Riri. Let me just quickly give you a tongue twister, Riri, because your name is just like I think that it is like a tongue twister. Okay, let
Okay,
me just
ma'am.
quickly. Can you read this, Riri? I think. It's a very simple tongue twister. Let's see if you do it.
Very rural rabbits rarely run rapidly. Really rural rabbits rarely run rapidly. Should I speak one more time?
Yes, please. And with
Really
accuracy,
rural.
Riri.
Okay. Very rural rabbits rarely run rapidly. Really rural rabbits rarely run rapidly.
It is rural, okay? Like Riri. Okay, Riri. Riri.
Rural.
Your name. Really rural rabbits rarely run rapidly. Okay, really rural rabbits rarely run rapidly.
Run rapidly.
Um, yes. Okay, so I want you to practice tongue twisters as well. It will help you in your pronunciation as well. Okay, Rudy. But thank you so much
Okay.
for attempting my question, and thanks a lot, Rudy. It's really wonderful to have new
Thank you so
listeners
much,
and
ma'am.
participants.
I will improve.
Yep.
Surely.
Thank you, dear. Thanks a lot. So let me just move on to the next person. Um, yes, I think Akshi. Akshi is here. Let me just check if
Yes,
Akshi
ma'am.
is here.
Yes, ma'am, I'm
Hi,
here.
Akshi. I think
Hello, ma'am.
first of all, I owe you an apology. I'm really
No,
sorry for
ma'am.
not being able to take your name previously. That is only because
No,
of the time constraint, Akshi. I hope you understand.
it's okay, ma'am. No need to say sorry.
So tell me, Akshi, how are you doing?
I'm great, ma'am. What about you?
I'm doing great as well, Akshi. Thank you so much. Actually, we have interacted on previous occasions, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So I
I took
can
part in your
possibly
conference.
Yeah, I remember, I vaguely remember though. I know your name sounded familiar to me. I know that I have hosted this girl and she did have a lot of potential, but I want to listen to you once more. So can I challenge you with an intermediate question, actually, just to see how
Yes,
you're
ma'am.
doing? Oh,
Yes,
thank
ma'am.
you. Thank you, actually. Thanks a lot. Wait a second. I hope you're not an IELTS aspirant, are you?
I'm a IELTS aspirant.
You are?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm so sorry. In that case, I will just ask you from Makka PDF. Have you booked the date, Akshi?
Yes, it's on 26th of July.
26. Oh my goodness, break a leg, Akshi. I know that you will do well. Okay, so are you appearing for academic or general, Akshi?
General, ma'am.
General. That's awesome. Awesome. General is a piece of cake, frankly. You won't have any, and even the speaking questions will be really easy. One second, actually, let me just pick out a cue card for you. Okay.
Sure, ma'am.
Mm. Okay. This is something that I'd love to listen. Okay, I'm just going to ask you a cue card followed by its discussion round questions because you have already booked the date. Let's just see.
Yes,
Okay, Akshi. So you
yes,
might
ma'am.
be you might have already prepared a lot. I'm so sorry, Akshi. I feel really guilty
No,
now not
ma'am.
taking your
No, don't say
name.
sorry, ma'am. No, ma'am, don't say sorry.
That's so
It's an
sweet.
honor to take part in your session.
Uh, you're being extremely sweet. One second, Akshi. Um, and I will read each and every one of. Um, it's okay, Leo. It's totally okay. No worries, Leo. So one second. Mm, okay. Wait, one second. Sorry, Akshi. But this is taking longer than I expected. One second. Because I've been inactive for the longest time, right, on Telegram. I usually only use Telegram for English learners. Apart from that, I don't use Telegram. Um, I'm not a Telegram user at all. So I'm finding it hard to even tag a person. One second. Yes, I think I found the right question. And though it's a very simple question, of course, you will get some. I pray that you should get some really easy questions. Okay, actually,
Thank you, ma'am.
Minakshi, is that your
It's
Mirnakshi?
Meenakshi. Yes.
Oh, Mirnakshi is such a lovely name you got. This is your question, actually. I was initially thinking of asking you a more challenging question, but since it's your exam, right? I don't want to hold on too much. Is it visible? I think it is
Yes, ma'am.
visible. Describe an interesting song. Okay. You should say what is the song, what story the song tells, whether the song is popular, and explain why you think it is interesting. I'm really sorry if it is blurry. I'm really sorry. I don't know why that happened. But this is your question for the night, Akshi. Okay. And guys, feel free to answer your questions in the group chat. Though it's a simple question, I'm sure that these questions you all will be able to resonate with. So yes, Akshi, I will give you 1 minute time for preparation, Akshi, and your time for preparation starts now. Akshi, please start.
Yes, ma'am. Uh, uh, in starting, I was like plum box that which song I should talk about. But the one song that hits on my mind always that is Yara Teri Yari Ko from the movie Yariyan. I find it is extremely meaningful and very relatable to me because it's beautifully portray the value of true friendship. And friends are the integral part of one's life. So when I heard this song during my farewell party at the school, it as it played in the background when we were sharing our lives, lifetime memories all together, and it's a farewell bit of nostalgic. People have tears in their eyes. The lyrics and the melody stuck in my mind. with that emotion that we have to leave now and we have to make new friends, because we didn't know that at that time that we ever meet again with each other. So the song is about the bond of a friendship and how real friends stand by each other through their thick and thin times. It talks about the emotion, the sacrifices, and the chit chat and the laughs that we share on our own jokes. So the lines "यारा तेरी यारी को मैंने तो खुदा माना" literally means I consider my friendship like a blessing from God, which just melts my heart every time whenever I listen this song. But what makes this song stand out for me in the crowd is that it doesn't talk about the fun and laughter. It deep dives into the emotional connection, the bond we share, the feeling. Whenever I was a bit distract or missing my old friends, I put this song on repeat. It instantly brings me back with the flash of memories. For me, this song is music to my ears. It reminds me that no matter where life takes me, true friends are like diamonds, precious and rare. So, and honestly, songs like this is the icing on cake. Whenever you listen, it rejuvenates and it takes you at those times when you made those memories.
Actually, thank you so much. Is that all? Actually?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, actually, I'm just going to give it to you here because you're an IELTS aspirant, right? So I don't want to miss any single pointer here. Of course, I would not be able to scrutinize it line by line, right? And because I'll be asking you questions, discussion round question as well, a couple of questions. But before that, I will just give it to you, Akshi, for this one, okay? The question was describe a song, okay? The one thing that I want you to be really, really cautious about, right, Akshi? When it comes to IELTS, right? Don't say a Hindi song, actually, please don't, okay?
Okay.
Because the thing is, we want to be sure, okay? Even though if you're mentioning a regional or a native term, right? Say, for example, if the cue card is about describe your favorite food, okay? And you're explaining paneer butter masala. Even that paneer, if you say you have to translate it into cottage cheese, okay? You will lose pointers if you're using a Hindi phrase or a word. If at all you're using a Hindi phrase, so here I'm going to talk about a song of my own native language, Hindi, and you say the song, and you have to explain that meaning of that particular phrase. Why to even bother, right? We don't want that kind of stress at that time, whether we would lose points on that or not, okay? Because for me, it was strongly advised, okay? Like
Sure,
I
ma'am.
have seen a lot of need. I was self-taught during my IELTS preparation, right? So when I listened to a lot of YouTube, I basically what happened, I when I was preparing, right, I only listened to a lot of YouTube. Host and YouTube people. And that was something that was insistently mentioned that you should not use your regional. If at all you're using, say, for example, even if you're saying a dessert named gulab jamun, you have to explain or elaborate what gulab jamun means because obviously two people will evaluate your speaking. One is the person who's sitting in front of you and listening to your speaking, right? Another one, the audio script of it would transcript would go to a native speaker and he will listen. Okay, so it's better you choose an English song in this occasion. You do have Kiran Makar's PDF, right? Actually, probably you will get it. If at all you're from India, you will be getting it. It is safe to say, I think, but I
No, I
shouldn't
have none.
confirm.
No,
You
I
have,
have
right?
none.
So
Yes.
just write for just, I know it is last minute and probably you've already made your preparations, right? But still, for this song, select an English song just to be on the safer side, okay?
Sure,
Song
ma'am.
of an English, yeah, singer that you like, okay? Apart from that, one thing I really love the use of flummoxed. I really loved it. Actually, it's such a unique term. Not a lot of people will use that. So you used it. I believe you used it, right? One thing I would say, Akshi, Cue card is where you have to show your lexicons, right? And by lexicons, they will also see to the transitional words or the connectives that you're using. Connectives were lacking. For example, when I asked you, you straight away said, describe that song, okay? Start using connectives actually to begin with, or first things first. First of all, right of the bat. Okay, if I have to talk about a song that holds my heart, holds a piece of my heart, right of the bat, I would say that's an idiomatic expression. You can say, okay. Apart from that, you did use good idiomatic expressions in your speaking. Music to my ears, icing on the cake, and through thick and thin. So it is friendship is a blessing. That is not exactly an idiom, but yes, it is good to hear, when you use words or phrases like that. That I really appreciated that. And I think some ways that friends, I think you were struggling for a phrase there. I think when you said that life has a, you meet friends at the right time when life, don't know what will happen in your life or something, right? For that, there is an idiom called life is fickle, okay? When you say that
Life,
idiom, life is, yes, note it down, life is fickle, okay? Something they are asking.
right,
Uh, yeah, life is fickle means unpredictable, basically. Life is indeed unpredictable, right? Anything can happen at
right.
any moment. So you can say, when life is fickle, it's my friends that I hold on dear to, or it's my friends that have been my biggest support, or something like that, to navigate that hardship or that hurdle in life, or something like that. Okay, and to make me realize that there is indeed life at the there is indeed light at the end of the tunnel. Yes, so you can say that as well. That is a so I do have a set of idioms that I use on a regular basis, okay, day-to-day basis. Probably you can make a note of it, and in your speaking, probably you can just use it if at all. Add it to your collection of idioms. Okay, one is give it a whirl. That is something that I keep telling because I love that idiom. If at all you want to give a shot at something, you want to try something. I even, in several occasions here, I do tell my participant, why don't you give it a whirl? Okay, so, just use it. Okay, if someone is asking, or sorry, if the examiner is asking you, have you tried this or that? You can say I'm open to experimenting, or I will give it a whirl. Okay, that shows it's a refined way of incorporating new idiomatic expressions, right? Another one of my favorite is light at the end of the tunnel, because that is something we constantly use. Okay, so that also you can add it to your list of idiomatic expressions. And also for happy, you can say, of course, you can say whenever you are with your friends, right? You can say you're in seventh heaven, or you are over the moon. Very common idioms that each and every one of us use on a day-to-day basis. Try to incorporate in your cue card. Okay, actually.
Sure, ma'am.
And yes, also, one thing is that something I wanted to tell you, but I think I've it's kind of slipped my mind. Yes, let me just and yes, and also one of my other favorite idiomatic expression, probably I've told it in a few circumstances, I think, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed if you're really happy. And yes, so I will let you know if at all I get hold, if I just remember some other idiomatic expression. But you're doing beautifully, actually. Just let me quickly ask you a couple of follow-up questions, okay?
Sure, ma'am.
Okay, actually, this is your follow-up question. Tell me, actually, are foreign songs popular in your country?
Sorry, now could you repeat the question?
Are foreign songs, as in Western songs, popular in your country?
Yes, of course. Now these kids, youngsters are really interesting to listen to the Hollywood music, the Western music, because the music has the charm and the electrifying tone, the rhythm that fascinates more, uh, and the energy transform into magical into the magic into magical thing. So that's the reason now these days it's the trend now. The youngsters more into the Hollywood songs rather than listen to the Indian songs.
Okay, actually, for this, you could have better rephrased it. You could have said the soundtrack of Hollywood music, or you could say movie tracks. Okay, if at all you
Yes,
are into pop, right? English pop, hip hop. There's a lot of different genre, right, of music. Just
yes,
try to know the terminologies. Okay, or if you're into
yes, ma'am.
jazz, or if you're into certain yeah, there is a lot of different types
The
of
music
music, right?
forms. Yes,
Yes, just try to remember, okay? If you like a soundtrack of a movie, just say that word as well. Okay, actually. And also another thing, wait a second. Electrifying, there was a certain grammar error, but I was not able to exactly pinpoint exactly where or something. I want you to go back to the recording and listen to your part of the speaking for that, okay? And
sure, ma'am.
scrutinize yourself, self-reflect yourself. And also for the question, you said, yes, of course. Instead of that, that is a very common thing, a common phrase that people usually say. Okay, certainly, say certainly. Okay, if at all you're
Okay.
confident, if you agree to the statement that's being asked you, say certainly. Or if at all you want to get a higher band score, say indubitably. Okay, just say that. Okay, or you can even say indubitably, and I think unequivocally. Yes, you can say that as well. Okay.
Yes.
Because
For
without
more,
any
yes, ma'am.
indubitably,
Yes.
unequivocally, beyond a shadow of doubt. Yes, you can say that. Okay, beyond a shadow of doubt
Uh,
is an expression. You can use that. Okay,
mm,
actually.
yes,
Mm.
ma'am.
And okay, do you like to watch music TV programs? If so, why?
To be very honest, I love watching musical, live musical concerts and the competition as well. It gives me a perception that what kind of a music people now follow and how the youngsters learn this language of music in under any circumstances. Like some people are really good in their music, they have the good command on the skill that they learn, because music is a skill that people learn, and that showcase that how they perform in front of people, and they recognize by the people who watch them, not in the country where the show telecast, but also worldwide, because now these days technology is ubiquitous and everyone use that. So, uh, for entertainment purpose, for me specifically, I watch this to entertain myself, and I music uh, is something that gives me peace. So I love enjoy watching.
Okay, actually, I'm really sorry. I think I had this network issue. It's kind of drizzling and raining, I think. Outside, I'm not able to see. But yes, because of that, I lost you a bit. But actually, from whatever I've heard, right, for answering to be very honest, you started off this answer by saying to be very honest. I think that a lot of people will say that. Instead of that, if you want to just differ from how other people are answering, right, you can probably say, in all honesty. Okay, that is a really
Okay,
nice way to put it. Okay, in all honesty, or you can even say honestly speaking or frankly speaking. Okay, you can say this, but I personally like in all honesty. Okay, you can start your answer by
okay,
saying that. And apart from that, you can also say, wait a second, what is this question? We like watching music, TV programs. Okay, I think that I think for somewhere you used the word good, but then I lost the connection, so I was not able to hear clearly. So instead of good, try to come up with better adjectives. Actually, okay, I know you can do it. I know
sure.
you have it in you. Just for a basic thing that even in your discussion round question, right? You have to get it just like that. You just have to. Um, Store it in your subconscious mind or something that for basic words or expressions, bad, good, angry, embarrassed, or if you're really, really, yes, overjoyed or if you feel joyful, okay, the basic expressions, just find two or three synonyms so that you won't repeat it, okay? Say, for example, if part one, they're asking similar questions, and part three also, if you were to express your emotions, right? You have to describe it in varied vocabs, okay? And also another thing is that grammar, it's okay, general, I think you'll be able to get it. One thing is that for discussion round, say for example, okay, substantiate if you can, okay? So apart from that, I really loved your speaking, actually. Thank you so much. And I'm really sorry I wasn't able to host you previously. But I wish you all the best. I hope you break a leg. I hope you come off with flying colors, and I hope you fly off to the country or desired country wherever you want to go. Yes, all the best, Akshi. Yeah, take care.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you for the feedback.
You're welcome, Akshi. So I'm done with Akshi, you guys. One second. I'm really sorry for the network glitch. Um, that's just not under my control anymore. One second, I'll just see who's next. Okay, next is Ryuk. Is Ryuk here?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here. Good evening.
Good evening, Ryuk. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing well. What about you?
I'm doing great, Ruth. Thank you so much. But today I was swamped with work and I was working to the bone. Nevertheless, when it comes to hosting sessions, if I promise something, I just do it. So I'm just glad to be here with you guys. And Ruth, I know that you are not an IELTS aspirant, and I'm going to challenge you with a question. Is that okay, Ruth?
Okay, I'll just try to give my unfiltered views on whatever the question you come
Yes,
up with.
the one thing that I love about Ryuk here, guys, is that he is blatantly honest. He's extremely straightforward and he puts across his views because he wears his heart on his sleeve, you guys. So it'll be refreshing to just listen to Ryuk here. So Ryuk, here comes your question. Okay, let me just take a good question for you, Ryuk. And I will give you 1 minute time for preparation. Okay, you can take your time to prepare an answer, Ryuk. Okay?
Yeah, I'll take my time. Like not taking that 1 minute time is the biggest blunder that we can do. I've already realized this.
Okay, Ryuk, here comes your question. 1 second. This is your question for the night, Ryuk.
Mhm.
This is your question. So, what does to love oneself is the beginning of a lifelong romance mean? Exactly what does it mean? How does one learn to love oneself in today's hustle and bustle? Or you can say in today's stressful world, right? How does one to learn to love oneself? Because that is easier said than done. So I want your fresh perspective on this one. Okay. And the rest of you people, whoever want to share your perspectives, you can do so in the group chat. Feel free to share your thoughts, your perspectives in the group chat. Ryuk, your 1 minute starts now.
I just go about it now.
Please start, Ryuk.
Okay, so this question says, to love oneself is the beginning of a lifelong romance. Okay, now first of all, I'm wondering. Literally, I just wonder when I saw this question, like, what does like loving ourselves is got to do with a lifelong romance? When we think about romance all the time, then we feel, yeah, maybe I'll have a very romantic time with some girl, or a girl might think that she'll have a very romantic time with some male, or it can even be like same in the contemporary times, but this says that loving oneself is the beginning of the lifelong romance. So I don't have like my own perspective to this, but I have heard a lot of sayings that comes from the saints of our past times. They used to say that um, like we are bliss in ourselves. We are the witness. Like we are always in a blissful state, and we are almost always ecstatic if we realize it. But the things that we are clouded by, the the people who drain our energy, or all this rat race that is going on nowadays, we don't get time to reflect upon ourselves. We don't even get the time to, um, let's say, breathe deeply. Like, I'm saying this to everyone, like, once we breathe deeply, let's just say 20 times to 30 times, then the whole perspective of looking at life, it completely changes. But the problem is what, at the times we are in problem, like, we don't think about doing things like meditation or breathing deeply. What we do is we just keep wondering about the problems, and we just aggravate it more, exacerbate it more. That's what I would say. Now, how does to love oneself is the beginning of a lifelong romance. So I would say, I don't know. Okay, how does one learn to love oneself? So, in my opinion, like, there are a few ways of loving ourselves. There are four aspects in our life: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. Like, every day, if we manage to do something in all these four departments, then 100% we are loving ourselves. For the physical, for the physical thing, we can just do exercise. I would say just basic exercise, not going to the gym like 2 hours, 3 hours, and just like, after we get out of gym, we are cramping. That's not fine, right? So let's just go for a walk, or just play badminton, and have fun. For the mental thing, we have to challenge ourselves. The thing that I'm doing right now, that we all are doing, um, the stuffs like mathematics, always trying to learn new things, that comes under mental thing. And for the emotional thing, now this one is a bit tough. We should be emotionally intelligent, we should be aware about our emotions, and maybe we should find a partner for some good oxytocin. That can really help. So we should also work on that. We should focus on finding the love of our life. And for the spiritual thing, I would say we should just give time to ourselves. We should be in isolation every day. We should at least have 1 hour where we are completely away from mobile phones or all the people. So that's the time to reflect on ourselves. We can simply just close the eyes, breathe deeply. So I think that if we do these kind of things in these four departments: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual, that's the real loving. Even if we fail in one department, then we are not doing justice to ourselves. So that's it. That's what I think, man.
Thank you so much, Ruth. Thank you so much. I know this question might have been, I think previously you have explained similar ideas, but I really wanted to hear in depth what you have to say to my question. What do you have to say to this question of mine? So it was quite a deep, insightful answer, I would say, and I was thoroughly impressed, Ruth. Really, I'm floored actually, because every time you come up with new words now, and someone who comes up with really new words, it catches my eye, and I'm really, really into their speaking. So your answer demonstrates so solid, I would say, structured speech. Though you are speaking in a flow, I felt that it was refined. Everything was so beautifully organized in the way your thought process, how it worked, right? So I think somewhere while answering my question, you were introspecting at a point, and that is something that I really love in my speakers, because when they speak from the heart, it is pretty evident from the way they speak. And that makes the listening part far more enjoyable. So thank you so much, Ryuk. I hope next session, probably in my Q&A session, I'll ask you some really intriguing questions. So thanks a lot. It's been a pleasure to listen to you speak, Ryuk.
Yeah, thank you so much, man. Next week I'll come up. I'll surely show up, and I would love your challenge. Yeah, thank you so much for what you are doing for EL and everyone.
Thank you, because next week is all about Q&A session. So you can bombard me with any questions that you want, guys, as long as it's okay to ask. And I will be asking you a lot of questions as well, because that will probably be my last session. So I'm really eager for that as well. And yes, thank you so much, Rook. It's really a delight, I would say. And I wish that I could have asked you more questions, but since the um time is limited and there are people, right? So I'll be stopping here. But I'm sensing that you are articulating wonderfully. I think that is what I'm observing from the way you're speaking. So keep flying, keep soaring high, Ryuk. Thank you so much. So, yes, next I will be moving on to next participant. One second. Today, because I think Pavan Sharma, what happened? Pavan Sharma, yes, it's Pavan Sharma's turn. Is he there? I think probably he went off to bed. It's sleep time, apparently. One second. Okay. So Pavan Sharma's not here, and I don't have the heart to disturb people during their sleep time. Let me just move on to the next person. And next person is Nasrul. Nasrul, am I pronouncing the name right? If at all you're here, kindly answer, Nasrul. I don't know if I'm
Yeah,
pronouncing it.
yes, ma'am. Yes, thank you, ma'am, for
Uh,
giving this opportunity to speak to you.
Hi. So, first of all, can I just ask? I know I'm so ignorant when it comes to pronouncing people's names. I'm really sorry for that. Can you please tell me your name? How to
It's
pronounce?
it's Nasrul.
Okay, Nasrul. So, what is the meaning of this name, Nasrul? Unique name, at least for me. Uh, s-
Actually, actually, ma'am, it's a short name. It's a short name. My full name. It's Nasrullah. It's taken from the Holy Quran, the last chapter of the Quran. It's meaning the help of God.
oh, thank you so much for enlightening me, Nasrul. So, tell me, Nasrul, are you a beginner when it comes to speaking English? Just tell me about your learning journey. How good are you?
Uh, yeah, I'm a beginner, ma'am, but actually, I'm not speaking, but I listen a lot of podcasts and read a lot of grammar books, and yeah, but I'm not actually speaking. So yeah, I'm a beginner for speaking practice. So, yeah, that's about
That's
me,
great.
ma'am.
That's great. Yeah, we all start at some point or the other, right? So it's perfectly okay, Nasrul. So are you an IELTS aspirant by any chance, Nasrul?
Uh, yeah, maybe future, ma'am, but I'm not sure right now because yeah, now currently I'm focusing my academics and some competitive examinations. If I not able to do good in this examination, then definitely I will try for IELTS examination and I will pursue my PhD from abroad.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. So basically, today was all about, I was thinking in my mind, right? I was thinking I will make it like an advanced session or something. But the thing is, the way I see it is that I'm trying to refrain from saying that phrase. I'm dreading that phrase myself, the thing is. So the way I see it is that a lot of people are beginners here, and I understand your enthusiasm here, but I just wonder where are all the advanced speakers? I think advanced speakers and English learners will probably take part in debates or some other intriguing sessions, I think. That's why advanced speakers are missing, I guess. Probably they think that this is just for beginners or something. I don't know. I'm
Hello.
kind of wondering.
Hello.
Yes, Arvind.
Hello, ma'am. I'm very beginner. I don't know about the IELTS exam more, but I know only that this is the exam to qualify. After qualifying this exam, I can go to abroad. Is it right? So I don't know just how many times it is conducted in a year. I mean to say where I go to fill this form. So can you tell if you have any PDF or anything related to this exams? So can you give me, I mean to say, on chat box or related to some information, please, if you have.
Okay, Arvind. First of all, I think because you're new or something, probably you don't know the group decorum or the rules of the session of a session, I guess. I'm presuming. Basically, it is a one-on-one session that's being conducted right now. Okay, so it is Nazrul's turn, his turn to ask questions, and my turn to ask questions to him. So it works that way. So kindly wait, and I don't know if I'm if it is okay for me to share PDF or something here on the group chat. Of course, there are IELTS. I think there is. I think there is a separate channel by English learners for IELTS, if I'm not wrong. And IELTS sessions will be conducted every single day at 9 p.m. So I think there are wonderful hosts. I think Ganesh, Sir, Samira is handling right now, and Samira is a wonderful host. Probably you can take part every single day and improve your communication as well. And you'll also get a distinctive accent as well. Samira is good with accents. So yes, so probably you can take part, Arvind. But right now, it is Nazrul's turn, and we don't want to keep him waiting. Okay, so I'll just quickly ask Nazrul his
Okay,
question.
thank
And
you.
Nazrul, you're welcome. You're welcome. So Nazrul, basically, what happens is that today I was thinking in my mind that it's going to be an advanced level session, but unfortunately, there are not a lot of advanced speakers out here who are participating. Ryuk did a fabulous job of answering. So for you, I will just ask you a simple question, okay? And if at all I come across something during your speaking, right? Probably scope for improvement areas, okay? I will let you know and we can work on that, okay?
Okay,
Nasrul?
ma'am. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Let me just select a simple question.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know if you will like this question, but you know what? Regardless of that, I'm just going to enter this question. I'm just going to Nasrul. Okay. I will give you 1 minute time for preparing. Okay, you take your own sweet time of 1 minute, not more than that,
Okay.
and you can answer. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
This is your question. Can you see it in the group chat?
Yeah. Yeah, I see, ma'am.
Describe a story someone told you and you remember. I repeat, describe a story someone told you and you remember. You should say what the story was about, who told you the story, why do you remember it, and how do you feel about it? Did you get my question, Nazrul?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
I will give you 1 minute time for preparation, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Your time for preparation starts now, Nazrul. Were you able to understand the question in the first place?
Yeah.
Nazrul,
Yes, ma'am.
you understood the question, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Definitely.
Okay. Okay, fine then. 1 minute time for preparing and your time starts now, Nazrul.
Okay. Uh, uh, I'm audible, ma'am.
Yes, you are. Would you like to go right away?
Yeah.
Please
So,
go ahead.
so it's a story about uh, trust. Uh, when I was in class two, then my teacher, his name is Arif, he told a story, and it's about trust. And so the story is a village where actually the rain is not. I mean, rain season is not coming, and the whole village uh, became dry. They don't have uh, water to drink and do their like agriculture or something. So animals are dying for water. So the villagers are decided to go uh, field and pray to God for the rain. So everybody come to the field for the prayer, and one little girl uh, who also go to the field and handed a umbrella in his hand. So an old man asked this little girl, "Why you hold this umbrella? Because there is no rain in the village." So the answer, when we finish our prayer, after that the God rain or bless. So I means we are like uh, means we are. I don't
What
have the.
happened, Nazrul? It's okay, it's okay, it's
Mm,
totally okay, it's
yeah.
totally okay, Nazrul.
So so I mean हम भीग जाएंगे. So after that, I put this umbrella for not, you know, uh, I think भीगने से बचने के लिए. So yeah, that's all about the story. So it's about trust, man. So the girls have very good trust for God. Um, so it's a touch in my heart, the story, because generally we pray to God or anything, but we are not trusting. If I ask something God, but really we are not fully trust Him because this thing will happen, definitely happen. So yeah, that's why I remember this story, and yeah, that's all about the story, man. And I'm really
Um,
sorry for because I'm a beginner, and I'm really sorry, guys, because this is my first class, and yeah, so, okay.
you
Thank you,
know
ma'am,
what?
for
No
giving.
worries. Yeah, yeah. You know what? You don't have to say sorry. It's perfectly fine. Were you present from the beginning of my session tonight? Were you present or did you join midway? Just answer me that.
Uh, I'm sorry, ma'am. Could you repeat your question?
Were you present in my session from the beginning, uh, like
It's
from
about
9 o'clock?
9. Yeah, yeah. It's called
Yes?
9 o'clock. Yeah,
Okay, okay, you were there all the time, like from nine
yeah,
o'clock when I started the session.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Nazrul, if you were
Mhm,
there, right, from the beginning of my session, you would have, I had clearly mentioned a disclaimer, right? But that today's session is not for beginners.
mhm,
Or if at all one is a beginner, to just listen and let the intermediate to advanced people speak today so that you will gain knowledge or insights from other people listening, right? The reason why I said it, because today's question, and I asked you a very simple question today. I had handpicked certain questions for people who I kind of think probably they are in their intermediate to advanced level category, right? Nobody here,
mhm,
I don't think, unless and otherwise someone is really, really native speaker, I think they probably would be in their C2 level category, or if at all they have already migrated and they are very fluent, very efficient. I should say proficient in the way they articulate, probably they'll be in their C2 category. But I think most of the people here are comfortably placed between B2 to C1. A lot of people are there. And I think, unfortunately, for me, it's such a bummer that those people are not attending my sessions, and hence my question goes unanswered. And my prompt, it's I don't even get to ask my prompt, and I'm asking very simple Makar PDF questions to beginners. So this is the reason why I kind of planned it well in advance. I mentioned it as well that next week probably it'll be my advanced level speaking day, and I really, really wanted to challenge people with intriguing questions. However, you know what? It is kind of a letdown that the efficient speakers of EL are not attending my session. So that is kind of a letdown, actually. Having said that, Nazrul, why I mentioned during the introductory part of my speech that today is all about intermediate to advanced level speakers is that when you listen to them, okay, I've already mentioned a couple of
mhm,
I think I mentioned this to another participant for today, that there are four different types of listening, basically. Okay. And I've
Yes.
already talked about appreciative listening, where a person just listens you just for the sake of you speaking, just for your voice. He or she is just appreciative. Okay, this girl or this guy is having a good tonality in their speaking, intonation is good, enunciation is really good. Probably I can just enjoy listening to them, but not listen keenly or intently to them. That is the kind of listening these people will have, appreciative listening. There is another
Yes.
part of listening, another type of listening called comprehensive listening, where one listens to the speaker speaking, understands what he or she is saying, and then try to, okay, process it. Okay, this person is talking this way. I agree to his viewpoint or agree to her viewpoint. Okay, what is he or she saying? Another one is critical listening, where you're totally immersed. You're basically immersed in the conversation to the point that you agree to that person's perspective, or you disagree to that person's perspective. You are so keenly, you're so immersed in that listening that you agree to that person, or you even tend to nitpick or find fault with that person speaking. That is the kind of intent listening that is one type of listening. Okay, so basically, you didn't listen to me all that well because when I asked you, right? So that is totally okay. Now, coming to the question in itself, okay? Sometimes what happens when a session is happening and you are a beginner, you will gain a world of knowledge just by listening. I promise you. As long as you're listening keenly, as long as you're listening attentively, you will be able to understand and gather fresh perspective in a newer spectrum. That is one thing. Okay, Nazrul.
Yes,
Another
ma'am.
thing is that I really love your eager like I think before long back I don't know, I have not interacted with a guy called Gojo in the longest time, but before a few months he used to be my consistent, ardent participant, and I used to say this to him. He used to be such an eager beaver. Basically, eager beavers, one is really eager to participate, one is eager to share his or her perspective, right? That term is um, given to that person, okay? So basically, I do understand your eager enthusiasm in participating. Having said that, when you don't have perspectives or insights to share, when you don't know how to frame sentences, um, just listen to what other people are saying. Okay, that is basically it. I want you to listen more for 1 month. If you're a beginner, right? Initially, what
Mm-hmm.
happened? This happened to me as well. When I joined on English Learner, I think I joined uh, late July 2023. 1 month
Mm-hmm.
I gave time. August month I prepared. September I took my IELTS exam. Okay, and after that, once I took my IELTS exam, I got my score, and only then I started hosting. So the thing is, I'm sorry, the fact of the matter is, why I'm saying this to you is that even if I know how I stand in English, right? I mean, from an English learning perspective, right? I observed initially when I joined this group, I observed how each and every one spoke around me. I listened, and then over the course of time, I exchanged my ideas. So for a beginner, it is better to wait it out. Listen actively. Critical listening is extremely crucial for you, Nazrul. Okay, so
Yes, ma'am.
listen actively, and then, if at all, participate in simple sessions where you are just asked to speak in 2 lines, 1 line. There's I think, I don't know if rapid fire sessions are being conducted these days, but you can take part in those sessions. It will test your cognitive abilities as well as your presence of mind, and you don't have to speak at length. Now, for IELTS session, had it been a part one session, I think that you would have answered easily. But for Q card, I think you have miles to go. Okay. So I want you to
Yes, ma'am.
practice listening actively and then engaging in conversations. Okay. Lengthy conversations. All right. That's what I'd like to tell you, Nazrul. Just keep learning. Okay. Thank you so much, Nazrul. Thanks a
Okay.
lot.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, I'm done with Nazrul, guys. Just 1 second. So sometimes God has other plans, I believe. That is because you plan, sorry, I plan something, and when the people don't show up, right? People don't show up, right? I'm left. Hmm, I think probably I kind of have to change and accommodate people who are actively listening. So yes, let me just move on to the next person. And Nazrul is done. Is A here? I will just check if A is here. A is, I don't see A. Okay. And it's way past. I think most of the people are already in bed or something. So I'm just going to move on to the next person. Let me just check. Next person. Okay, next person is Weirdo. Weirdo. Okay, wait a second. Let me just check if Weirdo's here. What a bummer, guys. Weirdo's not here. But you know what? Next week, I will make it a point to personally invite the people that I really, really want to listen to. Okay, and I'm going to ask questions to them before I leave. So yes, I'm going to do that. But yes, since I don't know if she's working or she might be occupied and I don't want to invite people at 11:20. I'm really sorry I missed. Hmm, Weirdo. Okay, next, we'll move on to the next person. But next week, I'm going to invite all the people that I personally want to listen to. Anshul, is Anshul here? Okay, Anshul. If you're
Yes,
here, please speak up.
yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Oh, thank goodness, Anshul. I'm really sorry. Is this your bedtime, Anshul?
No, ma'am, it's totally fine. I've been waiting for you since long. I was all ears since 9 p.m. till now.
That is so sweet. That is so sweet. You know what? Today I came late from work because yes, I was swamped with work. I came around 8:40 and I didn't have my dinner, you know. I skipped my dinner just for the session and I was really ecstatic before I started this session because today was supposed to be an advanced. I thought I'll ask some questions, right? Though the question or the prompts are simple, it's in the way one articulates or the way one answers, right? But you know what? But I have to take everything in my stride that comes my way. Though there were quite a lot of beginners, I think. Sometimes, you know what, you wanted to hear some other the perspectives for different prompts, but then you end up asking easy questions. And yes, I have to cater to people here. That is my duty, I think, as a host. So yes, Anshul, I'm so delighted to see your name. So Anshul, are you up for your question? Can I challenge you with a question, Anshul?
Yes, ma'am, I'm all in.
Well, thank you so much, but I promise it won't be too um, difficult or something. Okay, so let me just one second. Let me just pick out a question for you. Mm. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to ask you this question, but I forgot. Let me just ask it. If it is too complicated for you, just let me know, Anshul. Okay.
Sure, ma'am.
Okay, what is your username? Uh, Wait a second. I'll just check your profile, Anshul. Okay, yeah, I got it. Is it okay for me to ask you this question, Anshul? I have just shared it on the group chat. Kindly have a look. Do romantic movies and books glorify an unrealistic expectations of relationships? Do you think relationships are sabotaged due to this very reason? Is it okay for me to ask you this question, or is this question complicated for you, Anshul?
I can try it, but
Okay. I will give you 1 minute time for preparation, okay? In
okay,
light of
ma'am.
all the movies that are about to get released, I thought that this will be an interesting topic for all of us to speak about or hear. So yes, your 1 minute time for preparation starts now, Anshul.
Okay, ma'am.
And if at all any of you have your own personal perspectives to share in the group chat, you can do so in the group chat, guys. Let me drink some water. I'm quite parched. I don't know why I forgot to drink water. Let me just stay hydrated while Anshul prepares. Anshul, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Please go ahead, Anshul.
Ma'am. I believe um, romantic movies and books portray a wide spectrum of feelings and emotions, from being the extreme toxic traits to being great empath. There are some movies which often romanticize possessiveness, manipulation, and emotional chaos in the name of deep love, and somehow general people, comprehend it in a very wrong way. I really feel that relationships are sabotaged due to these reasons, and the artwork, the artists need to really work well in this way, because they are not just expressing their thoughts, but instead they are shaping millions of minds too. Coming to the part, I would say this movies and books has both categories. Some are really deep, empathetic, loving, whereas some really uh, motivates toxicness. Like for example, we have movies, for example, Twilight series of Diaries and Notebook, where emotional manipulation, yelling, codependency are influenced, are promoted, but and that we can see, and that could be even highlighted in real life as well. But on the other side, we do have movies that focus on empathetic and healthy relationship. They focus more on communication, mutual respect, healing, and growth, and even how one could get uh, could get rid of their struggle. We have movies like Fault in Our Stars, where vulnerability, honesty, pain, and death are embraced. We have excellent works in case of movies too. In case of books too, we have some books which are really triggering, thought thought provoking. For example, some of the books like it ends with us where toxic masculinity is embraced. But there are few books which where genuine love is built up. For example, Pride and Prejudice, where growth is shown, how people's mind and thought could evolve with time. And I really love this quote from Pride and Prejudice. I have watched this movie. I have loved reading this. And like Mr. Darcy once said, you must allow me to tell you how ardently I admire and love you. So sometimes it's not about just expressing, but also seeking permission, also understanding what your partner needs. And if we portray these things in our life, if we take positive attributes, positive attitudes from good movies, then it's really well. But if it's movies with toxic traits, then it's really uh, making it's really turning our society and shaping us in a really wrong way. So that was it. And at the end, I would say love is more about connection and curiosity. It's about growing in small moments rather than depending upon someone. Uh, the real magic of love is in understanding someone. That's it. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Anshul. Thanks a lot, actually. Thanks a lot. I was enjoying your conversation and I was just recollecting those fond memories of watching all those movies that you mentioned. I didn't know that you were a movie buff, Anshul. You've watched so many of my own favorite movies that you've listed out so beautifully, and such lovely vocalization, Anshul. Though there were places here and there where you could have elaborated better. But I think that you did a phenomenal job today, Anshul. I think you've exceeded my own expectations in terms of this prompt was out of the blue, right? I mean, it was so sudden and so spontaneous for me to give you this prompt. I was second guessing myself, should I or should I not? However, you did a great job. I would say commendable job, Anshul, today. And you know what? When you were talking about Pride and Prejudice, and the word is not, I think you pronounced that word. It is ardently. In vain have I struggled. It will not do. My feelings will not be repressed. You must allow me to tell you how ardently I admire and I love you. I just love these lines by Darcy, and it gave me literally butterflies in my stomach back in those days when I read it. And one of those bookish crushes I had was one Mr. Darcy. I think that he hopelessly made me fall in love with the character, the character arc of Mr. Darcy, right? The trajectory, how he was and how he bended over backwards just for Lizzie. Okay, so that is something that I really love, and hopelessly spoiled my thoughts and my expectations when it comes to a guy, right? So thank you so much. Good old days when I read those books. But Anshul, one thing I would say. I just loved you speaking, Anshul. Thank you so much. It was like as if you resurrected the session or something. If I can just put it that way, because practically what happened, it was kind of everything was kind of becoming to the point that I didn't, there must be some speaker. I don't know if I can say this. Sometimes, you know what, when the flow of a session, right, it kind of gets disrupted. If there is one enthusiastic speaker, right? Just one. It kind of, I think that it kind of elevates the session. I think it kind of transforms the session all the more in an interesting way. I don't know if I can say that, but thank you so much. If I can say that term in a metaphorical way or in a way that is considered figure of speech, right? Resurrected my session. Thank you so much, Anshul. And now, Anshul, I'd love to ask you more questions in the future. Unfortunately, I think next week will be my last. And for that, Anshul, I really hope you attend my last session of IELTS for the last time, and it'll be an entirely Q&A session. So I really hope you take part in my session, and I'll be asking. I promise I will ask you easy, interesting, fun questions, interactive questions to all the people out here. If you're not there, I will still invite you because you have been a consistent participant in my four episodes or four in my series of four sessions of masterclass. So I will make it a point to invite you. Thank you so much, Anshul. It delights me when a participant like you speaks her heart out. And all of the movies that you've listed, all of the novels that you listed, I think you listed a couple of novels, if I'm not wrong, are my favorites. Thank you so much, Anshul. Thanks a lot for joining the session and helping me making me, I don't know, you put me in a jubilant spirit. That's what I'd like to say. Thank you so much, Anshul.
Thanks a lot, ma'am, for such lovely words. And also, please don't forget to have your dinner.
No, after this time, I don't. It is almost 11:30. Yeah, it's almost going to be midnight, so I don't eat anything post 8 p.m. So, yes, that's it. So I'm done. So, yes, thank you so much, Anshul. I hope you listen rest of the session and you go to bed. So I'm done with Anshul, you guys, and I feel so glad that she joined my session. So yes, I will move on to the next participant, Priyanshu. Yes, and let me just check if Priyanshu is here. Okay,
Hello.
Priyan. Oh, hi, Priyanshu. How are you doing, Priyanshu?
Yeah, thank you for asking. I am fine, ma'am. And how about you, ma'am? Have you done your dinner?
As I was speaking, just speaking to Anshul out here, right? I skipped my dinner because I came from work around 8:40. So there was hardly 20 minutes for me to refresh and take my shower and all that, do my chores right before bedtime. And I was just attending to you guys because I was thrilled for my session tonight. Of course, there were lots of questions, but I could hardly ask two or three of the questions that I handpicked for you guys. It's okay, it's no biggie, but hope you're doing good. How was your day, Priyanshu?
Yeah, my day was very well. I do lot of things. I learn lot of things from books and other places, so it was admiring and interesting for me and everyone. Thank you.
Okay, if I can just correct yourself, I'm really sorry. This habit of mine to correct people, because then what happens? I tend to it tends to slip my mind. Okay, so let me just correct. You were admiring. When you say admire, right? You have to say what you're
Yeah,
exactly
ma'am.
admiring or what were you admiring. Or you have to use
Admire.
in that right context. Yes. What were you exactly admiring? So I wanted. I'm really curious. But yes. Uh, just now you just explained what you did through the course of your day. In short, so I'm just going to ask you your question. Are you ready for your question, Priyanshu?
Yeah, ma'am, I am ready.
Let me just pick a question for you. It's a cue card. Something that I will be eager to hear. Sometimes, you know what, I tend to um, just ask questions that I'd like to hear. So yes, let me just pick out a question for you. I'm not going to ask you questions that I've handpicked. Rather, I will ask you from Marker PDF because I know that you are a beginner. Hmm, okay. Uh, okay. Are you in the habit of reading books, Priyanshu?
Uh, yeah, ma'am. I am reading book, but
Oh,
I don't book English. But such time I can understand everything in English, so it is my a great achievement of my life.
okay. Priyanshu, you know what? I'm not going to ask you about book. Don't worry. Let me just ask you a simple question, okay? Um,
Okay.
this is coming from IELTS PDF, IELTS book PDF, okay? Um, It's not a random question. I'm just asking you from an IELTS point of view. So this question to you, Priyanshu, describe a party that you enjoyed. Very simple question. You can use your imagination and speak about it at length. You should say when and where the party was held, who attended this party, what kind of party it was, what you did in the party, and explain why you enjoyed this party. Did you get my question, Priyanshu?
Yeah, ma'am.
I will give you 1 minute time for preparation and you can prepare and answer. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's okay, ma'am.
Okay, would you like to go straight away? Priyanshu,
Yeah, ma'am. Let's
would you
start.
like to? Okay, please start, Priyanshu, please start.
Yeah. Uh, Today I attend a party uh, with my friend, so it was glorious for me. This party was celebrate on the child's after uh, after 6 months when they eat food. So it was interesting and unforgettable because there are many friends meet there and we talk about her inquiry, her goal and everything. So and enjoy with my friend. So I learned lot of things from that places, how we can connect other people's, what was the thinking ability about this scenario and everything. So when we are going for any party and so we should always excited for that party. What will happen? You can meet lot of old friend and other things. There are many new peoples. They meet you and your friend. So it is unforgettable for your life. So party is the best, but depend on yourself which party you are attending. So they give me lot of knowledge party and
Okay, Priyanshu.
yeah,
Thank you, Priyanshu. Thanks a lot, Priyanshu. Priyanshu, one thing can I just suggest? If will you be able to take it in a positive spirit, Priyanshu? If I just suggest something really honestly,
okay man.
okay, Priyanshu. First of all, okay, I think I suggested it to Nasrul as well. Okay, initially, I don't know how long have you been on English Learners? How long have you been on English Learners, Priyanshu?
I have been here 6 months, but I continue my session previous 2 months.
You were here for 6 months, but you were not active. For the last 2 months, you were active. Is that what you're trying to say to me?
Yeah, ma'am.
That's totally okay. Priyanshu, one thing I will tell you, okay? I'm just going to tell you. Um, my impression of you is that you had to learn a lot, okay? There are different forms of learning, and I've already told that to people out here. Um, there's listening, reading, speaking, writing. Okay, these are all types of learning that you can do when it comes to learning a language. And English is no exception. When it comes to learning English language, you have to pay attention to four criteria, four types of learning. You have to pay attention to listening, you have to pay attention to reading, you have to pay attention to speaking, and then writing. First and foremost thing when you approach a language, right? Say for example, how did we learn our mother tongue? How did we learn our native language? Were we born in a way that you started speaking when you were born? No, right? We observed
Yeah.
our surroundings. Initially, what happened? We observed our entire surroundings. We kept observing it for years. And after 1 year, 1.5 years, when you are starting to speak, right? In bits and pieces, you just start with one word, two word, three word, gradually sentences. You observe. First, the same thing applies to English learning as well. When you're learning a new language, first be an observant person. Observe what each and every one speaks. Okay. For me, practically, I
Mm.
have a few people who really love hearing here on English Learner as well. When I started hosting, because I wasn't, before I started hosting, I barely attended a few sessions. Only IELTS session I used to attend. I remember distinctly, I started, I think I joined here way back in July 2023. I joined in late July 2023. August month,
Mm.
1 month I practiced. September, I took my IELTS exam. December, I
Yeah.
think I started hosting. Okay, after I took my IELTS exam. Okay, so the reason why I'm saying is that 1 month, even in August month, while I was preparing for IELTS, I only took part in sessions. I observed, okay, this speaker is really good in English. I can probably learn a lot when I hear to her speaking. Okay, this person is really good in English. Probably I can gain a world of insights when I listen to her speaking. That is how I started here, okay, on English Learners. So the tip of the day that I will be giving to you, Priyanshu, is that when you know your level in English, and how will you know your level in English? It's not, everyone are not taking exams here, right? Just just listen, go back to the recording of a particular session. Say, for example, here you took part in IELTS session, right? So once this IELTS session is over, I want you to uh, uh, listen to your part of the speaking recording, okay, your part of the recording, and you just in your own way self reflect whether you're speaking in a good way, whether you have scope for improvement. And in my perspective, Priyanshu, I think you can
Hmm.
improve a lot. Okay, there's a lot of scope for improvement as long as you put in the effort, as long as you are persistent in your efforts. Okay, only then you will see improvement. If you're just joining here, if you're just talking to people randomly and you're just leaving, you will learn nothing. Okay, not just for you. I'm just saying in a general context. Okay, those of all who are beginners, first be observant, be keen observers. Listen to some really good speakers on English learners. If at all a debate is being conducted, if you spot a really good candidate, if you spot a really good person who is able to present his or her ideas in a refined, eloquent manner, listen to that person more. If he or she is online and if he or she is speaking, try to grasp onto what they say like a sponge. Okay. And after some time, you participate. Initially, you are a keen observer. Gradually, you move on to being a keen listener. Okay. And what happens when you listen? You gain ideas. Say, for example,
Yeah.
if a really good speaker is here, say for example, Sepulchral is here and she happens to be a proficient speaker. If you listen to her, you will be able to understand certain concepts and you will be able to gain insights. You will be able to know how a sentence is being framed, and you will love to learn more a lot. Sorry, learn a lot more. Okay. So that is why I recommend my people to listen actively, proactively, I would say. Okay, so please do that, Priyanshu, before engaging in lengthy conversation. For you, the perfect session, I would strongly suggest if IELTS happens, because IELTS
Hmm.
sessions are being operated. I don't know if that is the apt word to say. It has certain criteria in itself that needs to be ticked off. Okay, that is specifically for people who are in their intermediate category. Of course, beginners, if they join IELTS session, they can gain a world of insights as long as they are listening. Okay, and I reiterate this, listeners. As long as you're beginners, you will gain a world of insights. If you start speaking, initially it will be tough, but over the course of time, you'll be able to navigate. Okay. And I want you to navigate this learning journey successfully, Priyanshu. And for that, you need to take part, listen, be observant initially, listen, gain words, gather wisdom through a lot of speakers' perspectives, and then start speaking. It's my strong advice to you. I hope you follow that, because for now, from the way I see it, for these last two consecutive sessions, you're not able to structure your speech. Okay. In order for the speech to flow effortlessly, you need to be able to organize thoughts in your head. And for that, you need to think in English. And for that, you need to listen. And for listening, you need to be an observant. Okay. This is like a formula that works magically as long as you follow it. Okay. So that is my tip of the day for you, key takeaway. I hope you take it, Priyanshu. I
Yeah,
hope
ma'am.
you understood, right? And keep reading a lot. You will gain a lot of insights from reading as well. It is a wonderful habit which I want you to incorporate. Okay, Priyanshu?
Yeah, ma'am. Thank you so much. This giving valuable feedback for me and everyone. Yeah, I understood your every thought and every important point about how I can improve my English communication skill. So I will follow it. Then definitely one day I will be better in my life. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Uh, Priyanshu, I don't know if you know about signposting thing. Usually, what happens in academic writing, we do that signposting. It's a very efficient strategy. I want you to read about it, okay? Signposting, use of signposting language or signpost language. Because what happens in your mind, you can frame it better. Your thoughts, you can organize it better. Please read more upon it because my time is almost going to be up. I'm not going to elaborate on that, but of course, in my next session, which is going to entirely be Q&A session where you can ask whatever question that arises in your mind. Okay, you can ask it to me, and I will try my best to the best of my capability to answer to your questions. Okay, so just read more upon using signposting. It is a very effective effective strategy. And for you, you need to follow the rule of 5 Ws. Okay, Priyanshu? And by 5 Ws, if you want to structure your thoughts organically, you just figure out what you can talk about, who you're talking about, why you want to talk about that specific topic, and where, what circumstance you're talking about. It is the 5 Ws. I really want you to follow that as well, because then you will be able to articulate better, in my opinion. Okay,
Yeah,
someone
ma'am.
else is speaking. Kindly mute yourself because I don't work well. My mind doesn't work well when people are talking simultaneously. Yes. And also another thing, something slipped off my mind. I don't know why. This is why I don't like to be interrupted during sessions, because then my train of thoughts gets, it doesn't. I lost my train of thoughts, you guys. So thank you so much, Priyanshu. Thanks a lot. I hope you join in my next session, last session of IELTS.
Yeah.
I can't believe. So yes, I joined in late July 2023, and it will be July 2025 that I will part, I think. Yes, so thank you so much, Priyanshu. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much. I will work
Uh,
upon my.
yes, that is the spirit, Priyanshu. Thanks a lot. So yes, I'm done with Priyanshu, and I'm really sorry. Today I'm kind of exhausted, so I don't think I'll be able to. Is Phoenix here? Just let me just check if Phoenix here. I think he's the last participant for the day. Phoenix, are you there?
Yes.
Hi, Phoenix. How are you doing?
Yeah, I am good. Am I audible properly?
Yes, you are, but there's a lot of background noise.
Okay, one second. Yes, is it okay?
It's still, yes, better now, I think. But I'm hearing your own breathing, Phoenix. I think you're really close to your. Serenade, have you given your name? 1 second, yeah. I didn't see your name.
I
One
gave it
sec.
long back.
Really? Oh my goodness, I'm really sorry. I'm extremely sorry, Serenade. 1 second, let me just check. Because the names are all ticked. I don't know. It's after Priyanshu. Okay, you know what? Every time I think I've missed out on your name. I think I called Weirdo's name, and I think Missy Miss name also I didn't call. I think I'm really sorry, you guys. Yes, Serenade, it is your turn. I'm sorry, Priyanshu. I'm really sorry. I'm not Priyanshu, Phoenix. You know what? My mind is all over the place by now. Sorry, Phoenix. You have to hold on. It is Serenade's turn. Okay. I'm sort of delighted that it is Serenade's turn. I'm so sorry, dear. I'm so sorry. I seem to have missed your name. I don't know how. But how are you doing, Sepulchral? Just tell me that.
Ma'am, I'm top of the afternoon. Serenade once said my name, and I was very down in the dumps. You said that Phoenix would be the last participant of your session, and I was like, what the heck?
I'm really sorry, but I'm not able to hear you distinctly. Um, is it just my network's fault or what? I don't know. But
Ma'am, let me check. Give me a sec.
yes, yes. Thank you so much. And Phoenix, don't worry. I'll just take Serenade's name and I'll come to you if at all the time permits. And that's hardly 8 minutes. Um,
Ma'am, am I audible now?
You are audible, dear. You are audible. Um, you don't have to feel down in the dumps. Like there's another session left, right? One more week, my last session. So we'll
Ma'am, would
probably
it
invite
be
my.
your last session, like the next week, and you won't be taking any more sessions after that?
Yes, yes, dear, that I will bid adieu to all of you. Oh, because yes, as when I started hosting, right, the series of IELTS Masterclass, I was planning it that way, and I was quite vocal about it to Leo as well, that it would be my very last session on English learners. So yes, because it's been 2 years now, I think. I joined late July 2023, and now it's July 2025, and I think it's time for me to depart. And because you guys, you have such awesome people around, I don't think that I will be needed anymore. So yes. But yes, on my last session, I just wanted to make it the best session of whatever hosting I've done, right? So it should be the best session, bestest, if I could just say it that way. And I will invite the
So
people I
you're
really, really
into
want to listen. So yes. And I think that you're all in able hands, and
Telegram
Serenade, you're
also.
such. Sorry, dear,
Will you be participating in that?
your voice isn't audible at all. I'm not. Is it? Can you guys hear Serenade properly? Can you please confirm if you can hear Serenade properly?
No, no. Actually,
Okay, thanks.
yeah.
Is my voice audible clearly to each and every one of you guys?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yeah.
you are
Okay.
audible.
Thank you so much, Mr. Singh. Thank you so much. So, Serenade, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, it's
Firstly, would
clear
you be
now.
departing from Telegram also?
Yes, I will be departing from Telegram because I was using Telegram solely just for English learners. And I am touched with my friends and with my buddies on other platforms. So Telegram is something that I used only for English learners, and I don't have any use for it. And I was only active during my session timing, right? So I don't think I'll be available here anymore. But yes, it was indeed, if I just reflect upon my journey here. I think I will save my words for next session, for my last session. But tonight it is all about you guys, okay? So are you ready for your question, Serenade?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. In
With,
that
with
case,
a
let me
heavy
just
heart, I
ask you.
am ready.
You don't have to be, right? I mean, you have some really good friends here. I'm sure that it'll be okay. And that is life, right? Everyone has to move on at some point or the other, I think. And it is only because of my work schedule and for my postdoctoral fellowship that I have to do this, right? 1 second. Questions. Yes. I'm going to ask you a really nice question. Let me just see. Okay. I had some really good questions though, but unfortunately, I was not able to ask because a lot of people were beginners, uh, and I didn't want to intimidate them in the first place. So, yes. Okay, this is your question, Serenade. Okay, tell me, Serenade, do online friendships have the same benefits as in-person friendships, according to you? Talk to me about the pros and cons of virtual companionships. I just want to know your perspectives. Can you shed light on this topic, Serenade? I will give you 1 minute time for preparation. Would you like that, or would you like to go right away?
No, ma'am. I want my answer to be nice for your session.
Thank you so much, dear. Thanks a lot. I will give you 1 minute time for preparation, and your time for preparation starts now. If there is one person that I'll miss listening to, I think it'll be Serenade and Ansh, of course, but Ansh is not active. So, but yes, Serenade I will miss wholeheartedly. So, yes, that is there. Mm. I will listen to my heart's content, whatever she's saying today.
Yeah, so ma'am, may I ask you point out?
Sorry, who was it that who was
Yeah,
speaking?
Mr. Singh, MK Singh is speaking.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Mr. Singh. What is it?
Yeah, so actually, how I participate in this session because
Well,
I joined
unfortunately,
recently.
Mr. Singh, unfortunately, that ship is long sailed now. Okay, I'm done with the people. So If you
Yeah.
want to take part, you'd probably have to join in
Okay. Okay.
tomorrow at 9 p.m. The wonderful hosts are
Okay.
there, so you can take part in IELTS sessions, okay?
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
thank you, Mr. Singh. But you are free to listen. That you can do. So yeah.
Yeah, ma'am. I want to listen to you. Actually, you are hosting this session very nicely, and I learned many things. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr. Singh. Thanks a lot.
Ma'am, I can add.
Please go ahead, Jim.
For the question, do online friendship have the same benefit as in-person friendships? I'd like, while online friendships may not fully replicate the depth and immediacy of in-person connections that we make in real life, and they do offer several meaningful benefits, especially in today's digitally interconnected world and era. On the positive side, where the virtual companionship allows us to build relationships across vast geographical boundaries, and they're often introduced to diverse perspectives and culture, which is not available to the people span being here in the same country because they hail from same area and same place. While in this online platforms, all of them
Uh,
are spread
Serenade,
across.
dear, your voice is cracking. Is your voice cracking? Can someone please confirm?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes. Her voice
Of
is
what?
cracking some network issue
Out of all the days.
in her side. Yeah.
Okay. Let she rejoin. I desperately want to listen to her, guys. She's my favorite in this group. So I really, really wanted to
And
listen to her.
I also want her listen, but it is issue of the network. Yeah.
Let's wait, okay? Let's wait. I know I'm keeping you all guys awake. I'm really sorry for that. And Shiv, can you please mute yourself? Please, it's a request. Okay, Shiv. Okay, thank you so much, Shiv. And yes, she's joined you guys. So Serenade, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. I'm so sorry.
No worries. I'm kind of I was desperate to listen to you, Serenade. Please go ahead.
Yeah, so as I was saying, like since we are digitally interconnected and in the virtual companionship on the positive side, all the individuals are from diverse perspectives. So it helps us to build relationships across vast geographical boundaries, and we are introduced to diverse perspectives and cultures. So for those mainly people who are introverted like me, or living in an isolated environment, online friendships is like a heaven, and it can be a vital source of emotional support and communication here tends to be more flexible, and some individuals may find it easier to express themselves through the text rather than a face to face. Okay, so moreover, many online platforms facilitate communities based on shared interest, which can then foster deeper connections even without.
I lost her. I'm not able to listen to her out of all the days. Am I audible to you people?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes,
ma'am,
ma'am.
you're audible.
You are audible.
I don't know what
Uh,
happened today, guys. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. You guys are here listening, and I'm really sorry, guys.
no.
This happened.
Okay, ma'am.
I thought,
It is not your problem. It is the network issue. Yeah. So we can't do anything. Yeah. It is not our hand.
Ma'am, am I allowed to say something? If it's okay.
Yes, please. Yes, please, sure. Go ahead.
Is it your last session?
Yes, ma'am, I am back again.
Okay, she's
No,
back.
this is my yes, my session. Last session will be next week, Monday. Next Monday will be my last session.
Okay, okay.
Yes,
She's back,
let's.
so yeah,
Yes,
let her speak.
Serenade. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead, Serenade.
Ma'am, where did you hear?
Not able to hear you. I don't know the whole days why this should happen today.
Ma'am,
Oh God.
till where did you hear? Till where
Okay,
was
dear.
I audible?
I'm trying with all my might to listen to you, Serenade, but I think that something is impeding. I don't know, network glitch, technical issue, whatever. Not technical issue. What am I
She
even
was asking
bluffing?
you
It's
till
network
where
glitch.
you listened to her. What was the last point you
What?
heard her? She was asking.
Yeah, what
Serenade,
was the
please
last point
go
you heard?
ahead. No, please go ahead from where you stopped. It's okay. Just continue. I don't want to break your flow. Just continue, Serenade.
Yeah, so as I was saying that people find it rather easier to communicate in online platforms rather than being face to face. So, moreover, in online platforms, they facilitate the communities based on the shared interest and which can foster deeper connection even without the physical interaction. And in some other cases, also, there can be virtual bonds that evolve into everlasting real world friendships or collaborations. I've seen people meeting here, then they go ahead to meet in real life because their friendship has gone over like grown so strong over time. So, but there are noticeable and notable limitations, and online friendships often lack the physical presence and richness of the like body expressions or facial expressions and spontaneous interactions, and which are large and these are largely absent. And um, of course, in real life, people just cannot leave right away after being there for such a long time, and in a while they are just leaving for a while. But in online interface, they can do so after their time is up, and which these can also lead to emotional disconnection and misunderstandings. So there is this and there is also this issue with trust and authenticity where people lie about themselves, so it's easier to create one persona here and online, which sometimes leads to superficial exchanges between two people. And the next question would be top, okay, pros and cons, right? So if I talk in comparison, in-person friendship tend to be more grounded in shared experiences and real-world accountability, where they offer more a sense of immediacy and intimacy that's more difficult to replicate uh, on screen and on this virtual world. So I'll say in conclusion, like while online friendships can be very enriching in their own right, especially in a globalized era and this tech-driven age. So they don't entirely mirror the emotional depth and organic chemistry. So that a person can have in person and that the connections they typically offer in real life.
Serenade, thank you so much, dear. But why am I sensing that it was? I mean, I'm not able to sense your usual vivacious tone. I don't know why. But beautifully articulated as usual. But the chirpiness in your tone is kind of missing. I don't know why.
I'm just
Um,
sad you are
I don't,
going.
don't. Genius is all about knowing when to stop. So you have to be happy for me that I'm moving on to better things in life. Okay, that is how we want to take it. And I will, you know what? Okay, I'm going to save it for my next session, the last session. I'm not going to get emotional right now because I'm extremely I think with only very few people I have expressed myself. To a certain extent, I think I haven't interacted with anyone on a personal basis. English learners, of course, I do have a few people, just a handful of people that I do, at times interact, but that is all about it. I don't. You're not going to make me emotional, Serenade, not tonight, okay? So we're just going to end this session on a happy note. And for me, your answers have always moved me. I think you have been my favorite through and through since the journey. I have already written a heavy, I know, a long I think I have written a letter for you that I've kept aside and I will read it to you before I part in my last session. Okay, I'm not going to, if I say that now, then the whole point of me having a last session is futile, right? So I will do it in my last session. But thank you so much, Serenade. I just loved your point of view and I was able to resonate with your viewpoint. I didn't know you were an introvert. Are you an introvert, Serenade?
Yes, ma'am, quite.
Really? Okay. Okay. So yeah, I just today I got to know that part. But yes, thank you so much. And that is why I think in some way, after listening to your perspective, right? I mean, some way I do agree to whatever you said. And I do, for me, I prefer in-person friendships or relationships, and I don't have I mean, I don't have in the sense I'm not close with anyone on an online platform, to be honest, because I think it also has to do with the time one befriends someone, right? If you're in your teens or in your early 20s, probably you can do that. But now that I've completed my PhD, I think it's very hard. I've literally I think I've mentioned this in certain places as well, in few circumstances as well, that, you reach a stage in life where you get saturated with even friendships to that point. You are comfortable with those few friends that you have, right? And only they know everything about you in and out. So I kind of resonate with your thoughts on that. And I just miss that chirpiness in your voice. And I don't want you to be sad. Never ever be sad, okay? I don't ever want you to be dejected. You are the person that I will miss listening to the most, I think. On you. Yes, you are. And I have written, okay, next week I will tell all about that. But yes, thank you so much. And Phoenix, I'm really sorry. Is it okay if I wrap up the session, Phoenix? I will address your question. If you have any questions for me in the last session of mine, I will listen to you. Okay, Phoenix. And I'm really sorry. I'm tired, guys. I'm extremely fatigued. I'm going to wrap up my session. I hope that's okay, Phoenix. I'm really sorry for that.
No, it's hello. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible, Phoenix.
No, no, it's okay. Thank you so much. I totally understand, and I can understand that how exhausted you are. You have been talking for the last 3 hours, and it means a lot. And yeah, you are being emotional, and so we are. So
I should
so
also
I understand.
apologize to you, Phoenix. It was about to be your turn, and then I just chimed in. So very sorry about that.
It's okay. It's okay. So, Bhuvi ma'am, thank you so much. And yeah, this platform will always keep you in the very beautiful place in the heart of this platform. So, thank you so much. I will join next time. It's not a big deal for me. Yeah.
I will personally invite you next week, okay? Because you have been attending my series of masterclass, right? I promise. It's just that I'm totally worn out, Phoenix. I hope that's okay.
Okay,
But
that
I
is.
will surely invite you as the first person, okay, if you join next week, okay? So thank you so much. Thank you so much for understanding you guys. And guys, I'm going to wrap up my session. I'm completely knackered. I'm fatigued to the core now. But before I part, I'd like to read out aloud an impactful poem by John Greenland Whittier, an American poet and an advocate for the abolition of slavery. I don't know why I'm reading it out as the last thing for you guys, but it is impactful, and I promise. And it was such a stirring poem back in those days as well. And his poem has always been an inspiration, has been a source of inspiration for me during my lower low times, okay, when I felt the blues personally, I read this poem and somewhere it feels this one and If by Rudyard Kipling. And in my previous sessions, I've already recited that poem. If by Rudyard Kipling, so I'm not going to do that again. But this one comes in as a close second for me because whenever I'm feeling the blues, I read this poem and I think I feel it instantly makes me feel better about myself. So I just wanted to share it out with you guys. And it is called Don't Quit. It is titled Don't Quit. It is by it's by John Greenleaf Whittier. I'm sorry if I mispronounced the name, misspelled the name earlier. So it is by John Greenleaf Whittier. It is one of my favorites, guys. Just let me read it out aloud for you. When things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you're trudging seems all uphill, when the funds are low and the debts are high, and you want to smile, but you have to sigh, when care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't you quit. Life is strange with its twists and turns, as every one of us sometimes learns. And many a failure comes about when he might have won had he stuck it out. Don't give up through the pace seems low. You may succeed with another blow. Success is failure turned inside out, the silver tint of the clouds of doubt, and you never can tell just how close you are. It may be near when it seems so far. So stick to the fight when you're hardest hit. It's when things seem worst that you must not quit. For all the sad words of tongue or pen, the saddest are these, and I quote, it might have been. The saddest are these, it might have been. This is such an impactful poem. If at all you get hold of this poem, okay, just go and search it on Google. Just, take this poem, and whenever you have your low days, right, you can just read this out and it will make you better as long as you understand the meaning of the poem, right? It will really, really make you feel better about yourself and how you are in a better place than a lot of people on this world, okay? So, with this affirmative thought in this poem, I'm parting for the night. I'm totally exhausted, and I hope that you guys must have been exhausted as well. I think I'm really sorry for having kept you waiting for so long. I hope you understood you understood what I said, and thank you so much. It's so gratifying to see each and every one of you present around here, and I'm humbled and delighted and honored to have you all in my session. With this, I'm going to part for the night. I'm Dr. Bhuvi, and I will be seeing you in my last session next week. Hope you all attend, and it will be a privilege and an honor for me to host you guys in my last Q&A session of next week. Okay, for the next week. So with this, I'm parting for the night. Nighty night, guys. I hope you all catch some Z's. Take care. God bless and stay happy, guys. Bye.